What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Welcome back to Match View Live. It is Manchester United versus West Ham United. The team news has just come out in the last couple of seconds, so we can go through it straight away. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. In goal, we have Altay Bayındır, a back three of Luke Shaw. So is he going to be captain in the side today? No, because Bruno Fernandes is playing. It's a bit stronger than maybe some people had thought. We've got Luke Shaw. Who else have we got there? We've got... Who's going to be the actual other centre-back? Shaw? Yoro? Is Yoro going to be in the middle? Perhaps? Lenny? Maybe Lenny? Maybe Lenny in the middle, perhaps? We've got Luke Shaw, Lenny Yoro. I'm going to guess through the middle. We've got Nusay Mazraoui. Is that what we're going to be going with? Is it going to be Mazraouz? Mazraouz, perhaps? Mazraoui. What are people saying here in the chat about the starting 11? We'll get it up on the screen for you very, very shortly. Mazraoui. Then wing backs, we've got Harry Amas. So he's definitely going to be at left wing back. So Harry Amas is going to be on that side with Luke Shaw. We've then got as the other wing back. This is where it does get interesting. Is Ahmad going to be at right wing back today? Is that what we're saying? Perhaps Ahmad at right wing back. Ahmad. Midfield, we've got Ugarte, and we've got. Is it going to be Bruno Fernandes? Perhaps. Yeah, I think it's going to be Ugarte, Bruno Fernandes, B. Fernandes. Then in the 10s, we've got Mason Mount and Kobbie Mainoo. And Mason Mount, and there's Kobbie Mainoo. And then up front, we have Rasmus Højlund. So maybe a bit stronger than I think quite a few people probably anticipated today. There was a lot of, I was saying it certainly in the preview, play the kids. He's not. He's going with actually considerably stronger than I actually had anticipated. I didn't think we'd see starts for your Højlunds, Bruno, Yoro, etc. I would have been shocked with an Ahmad one, but maybe only to get like 45 minutes. But it's actually considerably stronger than I thought. So that's what he's going for. I mean, we know some players he has to obviously build up and they have to get minutes. Mason Mount, after his fantastic performance when he came on in the Europa League on Thursday, now starts. All of those players that he did bring on, Ahmad, Shaw, Mason Mount, Kobbie, they all start today. So this is considerably stronger than I necessarily expected. I think obviously there is some rotation, which was to be expected, but stronger than I thought. Maybe he is going with the school of thought here, Amorim, which is this might actually be the last game in the Prem that we could win this season, because our other games that we've got, who have we got next? It's Chelsea and Villa are the other two that we've got. So maybe his thought process is, look, might be like the last game. Well, it's the last game we've got at Old Trafford prior to the Europa League final, because, of course, the last game of the season against Aston Villa, that's after the Europa League final on May 21st. So, it's the last time we're going to be playing at home before the Europa League final. So maybe that's the thought process. It's going to be one of those ones, isn't it? Like, if we get a win today, then it's going to be momentum. Good thinking by Ruben. Can't rest them all completely. They've got to still get their minutes under them, so they're ready and they're peaking at the right time for the Europa League game. But if anyone gets hurt today, that's when people are going to be going, look at that. That's made a massive difference. And it's going to be interesting to see what, say, your Spurs do with their starting 11s. People are going to be looking at that as well. That is the Manchester United starting 11 at Old Trafford today. Once again, it's Bayındır in goal. It's Nusay Mazraoui, Lenny Yoro, and Luke Shaw as the back three. Wing backs are Harry Amas and Ahmad. People wanted to see Ahmad play right wing back. He is playing right wing back seemingly today. One would think it's going to be a midfield of Bruno Fernandes and Manuel Ugarte. Mason Mount, after his fantastic cameo performance with 2 goals. Obviously, it's actually 3 goals in his last 2 games, isn't it, for Mason Mount? After that, he starts today alongside Kobbie Mainoo, seemingly in the 10, and it's Rasmus Højlund up front. And to be fair, is it one of these ones now that, because of this, has this changed your expectation for this game, actually? Because, and I noticed this in the comments on the match preview, and some people were getting a bit angry about it again. Don't stop writing off games. Just because it's the Europa League final doesn't mean it's an excuse to lose at home. Can't be doing that. No, you still have to win every single game, treat every single game with importance. That's what you've got to do. Got to do that. And, there were others that were like, look, I really don't care. I really don't care about the result. I really don't care even about the performance at this point. I just want to make sure that we've got the best team possible available to us when we do have that Europa League final in, 10 days' time. But now, when you see that team, and obviously we know our opponents, West Ham, they are the worst of the rest, not the best of the rest. They're obviously the three teams that are going down this season, Southampton, Leicester, and Ipswich. That's already done. That's already certain. The team above them in 17th, that's West Ham. They are the worst. They are the worst of the rest. So with this team out there, which is pretty strong, much stronger than people were expecting, that maybe changes your mindset of what to expect in terms of a result today. If it was just playing the kids, and it was complete youth team settings, then I think people would be like, well, who cares? It's youth players. Yeah, they're not really ready, whatever. Now, when you've got a strong team like that out, it's more like, actually, okay, we should be winning then. Should be winning this game. So going to be expecting a result and also maybe a bit of a performance to come with it. If we don't get a result today, then I think then once again will be people looking at some of these players that have started going, well, you should be playing in the final there. Then some of these players, they're going to be like, right, you like a Mason Mount, like a Kobbie Mainoo. They didn't start, of course, in the semi-final on Thursday. Obviously, yes, they're managing minutes, but there's been discussion post-match. Well, is Mason Mount going to start the final? Where does Kobbie fit? Is Kobbie going to start the final? What's going to happen there? Maybe the team talk to them individually is right. If you perform, then you can get yourself into the team. You're all playing to start a Europa League final in 10 days' time against Spurs. So a bit of a surprising team selection there by Ruben Amorim. What are you guys thinking in the chat? Be sure to smash a like on the like button, as mentioned, guys, and be sure to subscribe. We've currently got over 400 people watching on this Sunday. It's a non-televised game, remember, here in the UK. Let's see if we can get to a quick 100 likes. We are going to be joined by KG, that comedian, hopefully very shortly. We're also going to be joined by, hopefully, Mr. Marcel. You never know. Time's a concept for him. What are people saying here in the chat? Mark says, you have to have players in the best form possible going into the final. If Mount scores again, he will be so full of confidence going into this final. And like I said, I think it's one of those ones. It's catch-22, isn't it, Mark? I think you make a good point, whereby if we win this game today, 3-0, 4-0, some of these, like say, Mount scores again, Højlund scores again, or Kobbie Mainoo scores again, then you go momentum. Brilliant, momentum. If someone picks up an injury, you go, shit, Ruben, what have you done? So it's one of the, but that's the risk you pay as a manager, isn't it? You live and by your decisions. When it comes to Spurs today, not so much a strong team for them. You don't have Heung-min Son playing. I am a bit, and Rob Dawson has just put this on social media, and I kind of do agree with what he's saying here. There are a couple of people I'm surprised by. Rob Dawson says, surprised Mazraoui is in this team. He's played a lot of games, and Amorim needs him fully fit for the Europa League final. That one I am a bit surprised. I was expecting Fredriksson. To start instead of him. Obviously, look, Maguire, he's played a lot of games recently and he's had injuries. Lindelof, he's old and he's played a lot of games recently. But Mazraoui, he is the ultimate utility player. He can play across the back three, can play left wing back, right wing back. We're light in those positions anyway because of injuries to Dalot, because of injuries to De Ligt, Leacher, etc. So I am a bit surprised by the Mazraoui one just because he has played. How many post-match interviews has Ruben Amorim done when he's gone, Noose is dead? I mean, to be honest, he should stop saying that he's dying because it's getting quite alarming, the amount of times he is saying it. But the amount of times he's gone, Noose is dead. Noose is dead. Noose is dead. But he keeps playing. And that is, if anything, though, that was one of the sort of, narratives when Mazraoui signed for us in the summer. It was, yeah, but you realize, Mazraoui is like, he's injury prone. He's injury prone, and that's why Bayern are getting rid of him. He's 13 million pounds because he's injury prone. Bayern, that's why Bayern are getting rid. You're buying a dud. Mazraoui's been one of our most consistent and available players. He literally had a heart procedure, and he was back in a week on the bench for Manchester United this season. So the consistency, I mean, he's matching like Bruno Fernandes levels of consistency. And Bruno Fernandes levels of consistency in terms of availability, that's a pretty high bar to meet. So the fact that Mazraoui is able to do that is actually very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. He's an absolute machine. But I am a bit surprised. He will not play 90 today. Not at all. I would be flabbergasted. I think Ruben will use every single sub he's got today. So, I mean, I think we'll see Cheeto will come on, definitely. Garnacho come on. Ericsson will come on. Probably Fredrickson, probably Dorgu will come on. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of the people, sort of top player in the chat says, who's he resting? Well, Casemiro's come out. He's definitely saving him for those big games, which again is to be expected. It's really interesting to see him playing Ahmad right wing back again, isn't it? Very interesting to see him back in there. A lot of people have wanted that. I was talking to some of you guys in the full-time view after the game on Thursday. Some were saying, look, have Mason Mount starting in the 10 alongside Garnacho or alongside someone else. Ahmad, I want him right wing back because of the injury to Dalot. And actually, when we have Ahmad at right wing back, we're much more of a threat. And you can have on the left-hand side, you can have Dorgu, or you could have Mazraoui if you're looking for that extra bit of defensive solidity. Start Ahmad at right wing-back. So the fact that he's going back to Ahmad at right wing-back, and some thought it was just because, lack of options at the time, that's quite interesting. And Hamas on the other side, he's been really impressive in his performances so far. And he's certainly developing and getting better and better and better. So I tell you what, as wing-backs go, of Ahmad and Hamas, I think that's quite interesting too, that one. I'm quite excited to see that. So yeah, my perspective on the game's changed a little bit. I mean, not so much in terms of I don't really care. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have, again, we're not going to do performative outrage if we don't get the result. But there will be, I think, this element of concern if we don't get the result today, because he has gone with a much stronger team than I think a lot of people expected. Definitely, I didn't expect that strong a team at all. I didn't. I think maybe, as Ashley says there in the chat, that might be a good point. He's sort of trialing things for the final, perhaps. Going, okay, Ahmad, I want to have another look at right wing back because I want to have a look at Ahmad right wing back, Mason Mount in the 10, because I could be doing that for the final. I might be looking at that sort of thing, which is interesting. Lenny Yoro, you would think for the first time playing as the centre back. I wouldn't be shocked. But I think still Shaw will be left centre back and Mazraoui right centre back. I suppose there's a possibility Shaw could be in the middle, but Lenny Yoro is out of that back three is the most traditional centre back, actual centre back. So Yoro being the centre back, that's an interesting one because we mainly see him as right or left. We haven't really seen him that often as a middle centre back, which I think is a huge hat tip to Lenny Yoro, because on Thursday, if you want to look at players across the 90, particularly the players that started the game and finished the game, Lenny Yoro was one of our most consistent and best players. Obviously, I know that people will be talking about Mason Mount, they're talking about Ahmad, and talking about, obviously, the people that got on the score sheet, Casemiro. But Lenny Yoro put in a real top level performance on Thursday. And he is just getting better and better and better. And you forget with him, don't you? You forget. The guy, what is he? Is he still a teenager? Lenny Yoro? He's 19. He's 20 in November. This guy is nowhere near his peak at all. Not even a full season at Manchester United. A delayed start because of an injury. Then the manager that signed him, he gets sacked. The system changes, and he's still adapting, still getting better. And this is a lot from, I think, for Man United fans to say this as well, because you know how harsh sometimes we can be on young players and how quickly they can turn, particularly if money's spent on them. But I think most people now are looking at Lenny Yoro and going, yeah, that's money well spent. Even though, yeah, it was an expensive one for an 18-year-old. But you can see why Real Madrid were interested, because if he's going to continue to develop at this rate, in 3 or 4 years, just what kind of a player could he be? Because to his credit now, when you see Lenny Yoro play, you don't think about how old he is. You don't. Once you get reminded, by the way, he's 19, you go, really? Because sometimes he looks the most composed on the pitch. Sometimes he looks the best centre-back. And what we saw on Thursday for that equaliser as well, he's now given even more threatening of, yes, he can mop up and he's doing last-ditch tackles and he's actually a bit stronger than he looks. But on the equalising goal, he's the one stepping up. He's the one driving with the ball. And this is something we were praising Leacher for and said, look, this is how technically proficient Leacher is. He's stepping up and he's having these shots or forward passes and putting crosses in the box. See, Leacher, that's what he's doing. He's getting used to the left centre-back position. Lenny Yoro's doing that now. And he's quicker than Leacher. He's quicker. So if Lenny Yoro can pick up the ball and the ball's sticking to his feet, as a defender of an opposition team, you're thinking, well, I meant to be looking after this player. I meant to be doing that, but this centre-back's coming at me. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So I think Lenny Yoro is really, really impressed me. And yeah, he had that bad game struggled in that game against Southampton. Was at the end of last year, early to the beginning of this year. But since then, he's really never looked back. And now he's played in every position across that back three. He's played left centre-back. He's played right centre-back. He's now playing today, you would think, as the centre-back. And I think that's really, really impressive. And once again, it just goes to show, I think, what a talent we've got on our hands with Lenny Yoro. Absolutely. And that's really, really exciting. We are over 600 people watching at the moment. We're at 140 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe. In terms of subscribers, actually, where are we at? I'll tell you exactly where we're at in terms of subscribers. We are at 192,000. Yes, we're now less than 8,000 subs to go, less than 8K to go until 200K. We're at 192,041 subscribers. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe as we get closer and closer to 200K. Once we get there, it's going to be special. It's going to be special. As far as other matches that are on today, other matches that are ongoing right now, if you're wondering what's going on in the Newcastle game, Newcastle are a goal up against Chelsea at St. James's Park. Chelsea, they've got a red card as well. I don't know who that red card is for. Someone might let me know in the chat before I type it in here. Let's have a look. The red card was for Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson has a red card. I don't know if it was an actual red card. Was it? Or was it a legitimate one? It was 35th minute. He received his marching orders. It was a VAR. Was it an actual red? Was it an actual red? An elbow. Was it legit? See if I can have a look on the. See if it's on the social feeds. See if we can see it. Was it? He elbowed a player. They're saying it was a red card, a legitimate one. Can't be doing that, mate. Not in today's day and age. Not with VAR how it is. Can't be doing it. Can't be doing it. They're all saying, yeah, definitely a red. Definitely. Well, misses the rest of the season. Tell you what, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be fucking fuming. I would be livid. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? At this stage of the season, where they're trying to get into the Champions League, every point matters, and you're throwing elbows. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Let's have a look. Jackson, red. Can I get a replay? Here we go. Oh, can't see this very lot of pixelation there. Can't really see that. There you go with what you call it. He leads with the elbow, doesn't he? He leads with the elbow. He can't do it, and he knows what he's doing as well. He has a look at the player. You can't do it, can you? You can't. Now he's not available to play us on Friday. And that's going to be interesting too, to see what Team Ruben Amorim picks on Friday, because I would still be surprised if it's this strong of a team against Chelsea on Friday. Do we think it's going to be that strong? I mean, that one's the last one before the Europa League final, isn't it? So we shall see. We shall see indeed. Right, let's bring in Mr. the Comedian. I can see he's eagerly awaiting to join us with bated breath. Mr. the Comedian.
What's up, mate? How you doing? You all right?
I'm good. Are you okay?
Yeah, just looking at this team, I'm like, wow, it's impressive.
Surprised how strong it is?
Not really, because there's still some time, and he did say he wants them to get like rhythm. A lot of people are playing for spaces in the final as well. So I can understand. I agree with your statement about he wouldn't go this strong in a game coming towards it. Like the game on Friday, no chance he's gonna go this strong. But yeah, man, that's nice. We get to see Mainu and Mount, see what that looks like, because obviously Mount had that good game, really put himself into the favor of the fans. So hopefully we see another game like that today with him there.
Yeah.
Amas, I like I won't lie to you. I like the team. Harry Maguire gets a rest. Dorgu gets a rest.
Some are saying it might be in certain areas. It might be a bit of a sort of trial run, possibly for something with the Europa final. Sort of going, okay, how do I get Ahmad and Mason Mount in the same team, and also have maybe Ugarte and maybe because you could maybe see in the Europa League final, maybe you could see maybe Ugarte and Casemiro because he wants that solidity in the middle. Bruno then goes into the 10, maybe instead of Kobe. And Ahmad's in the right wing back spot. So maybe he's trialing, okay, let's see what happens if I've got Ahmad in the right wing back and Mason Mount in the 10.
Ahmad is the wing back. Like he should be. That one for me is a clear thing because who's gonna have to look after him? Is it Jed Spence? Or who's gonna be on Ahmad duty? Is it Jed or
is it Destiny Doggy?
Destiny, yeah. And Destiny, he'll cook Destiny. He'll cook him. For sure. Like I think there's a lot of players that will struggle with like getting dealing with Ahmad in that position. So Spence is a bit of a more of a serious battle, to be honest. But I think he's cooking for fun anyway. So then after your I only think that Casemiro's playing in the final, without a doubt. So I see the midfield of it like in the deep positions. I'm gonna go Bruno, Casemiro. I don't know if Ugarte starts the final, to be honest. Bruno, really? Casemiro. Wait, hold on. Let's get this right. Bruno, Casemiro. Because we can attack them. They haven't got Madison and them guys there, and you want to start on the front foot. Bruno, Casemiro, Mason, Mount.
So what are we saying will be the differences from this team to the Europa League final then? So we're saying what maybe Dorky might be in for Harry Amas. So Onana will probably be in for Bayern Deer.
I'm getting Mazraoui. Mazraoui's in with Harry Maguire and Yoro. That's the back three. Onana. I'm getting Ahmad and Dorgu.
Well, or would he take a risk and go Luke Shaw? Just be like, right, it's a one-off game.
In the final,
you could be wing back today because we might have it might
wing back Luke Shaw.
Well, because he might think actually with Ahmad being so far forward on the right hand side, maybe that does actually kind of shift into a back four at points in the game. So actually, it turns into a back four really. So you would have Mazraoui, Yoro, Maguire, Shaw actually as a bit of a back four, and Ahmad's going forward a lot. Yes, he'll off a width and come back into a back five on the right hand side.
But then if you put Garnacho there, Garnacho will give you that up and down. He'll be the up and down guy.
Yeah. Well, I think what we might see, I think with the Europa League final, I think it might be Onana. I think you're right. I think it'll be Mazraoui, Maguire, Yoro. I think in that left wing back spot, we might see Shaw. On the right, I think we'll see Ahmad. In the middle, I think we'll probably see. I still think we'll see Casemiro, Ugarte. I think we see Bruno, and maybe Mason Mount. Mount and Garnacho will be a close call. That will be a close call.
Ahead of him. Garnacho's playing,
and then obviously Højlund up front. That's what
Garnacho's going to start, and then it'll come off. He's going to stick with Garnacho. It depends. Mason Mount could do something in this game to really cement himself into the team because he did give us that quality and control. So that's what we could potentially get. What time does this game start? 2:00 or
2:15.
Okay, dope.
2:15. Man, and if you check in the chat, I've got you sorted.
Safe, wicked.
Yeah.
I feel like this game
with commentary this time as well. Yeah.
We're on to sign here now.
I saw you were up late last night as well. You were doing NBA coverage.
Yeah, did some NBA coverage. It wasn't a late one as well. I've got another game on today as well. So 8:30 start that game as well. So I've done some late streams though. I've done some late NBA streams. Bloody hell, man! You know when the game starts at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, they catch up to you.
Yeah. My sleep patterns all over the place, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man. We're in this again. It's the playoffs. It's exciting, and you know what? It's like, you know, I've been having conversations about people. I've been talking to people about, you know, it always happens every season. Who's had the better season? Yeah, you know that conversation. It's quite annoying actually. And to be honest, I don't care how good Arsenal season is now. Now it's an irrelevant conversation for me, to be honest, because it's like, well, if you lot feel better about that season, that's on you, to be honest. I don't mind. Like, but I would want to win. I woke up on Saturday morning and I was like, it feels so nice to know we got a final to play. Do you feel that? Like, we're in a final. Like,
I mean, well, that was the relief after the Lyon one, wasn't it? Because, well, there was a couple of things. There was one that obviously Champions League was still alive, but the thought of our season at that point ending, when was it? Like April, and having several weeks left of like nothing. Was like, just, you couldn't even think about how bad that would be. Like, just how awful that would be. We've been desperate this season to hold on to anything, literally anything, any kind of positivity, every time there's a half decent performance, even if we don't win, we're like, oh, that's something. So the fact now, like you said, we've got a final, and actually we're one game away from Champions League with the terrible season we've had.
Mental.
Oh my God.
Champions League. And it's something
and a trophy.
Bro, like, that's like the playoffs. It's like we're in the playoffs. Like, you know, like when they like we're gonna get promoted into a madness, you know, and it's how do they describe that playoff game? The $1 million. How much do they describe it as? I don't know how much million game it is.
I forget what they call it. I mean, it's a something £1 million game, isn't it?
Something £1 million game. And I feel like we're having that because the destiny of our team is there. And then there's even that part of 100 million game. There's even that part, where we could actually potentially play for the Super Cup.
Yeah.
That's mental. Stop it, Katie. You would rather finish bottom half, win a trophy, and get Champions League, or finish second, third with nothing. Behave yourself when PSG fits up. I don't understand.
But I don't think it has to be. I don't think it has to be either or. I think your point was there, not to speak for you, but your point was, I think, there of you sort of going, well, I just don't care about like Arsenal. Like, put it this way: if Arsenal want to have, if the fact that it's a debatable point is kind of mad when you think about it. The fact it's a debatable point, but it kind of is, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like, and this is the hypocrisy of it. I saw this on social media this week. I don't know if you've seen it. Those same Arsenal fans were saying the exact same thing 4 or 5 years ago when they were like, I would take finishing in the bottom half, winning the Europa League to get in the Champions League. Specifically, they're saying that scenario. When they were in that competition for years, they were going, right, that's our way in. When they were in Baku to play Chelsea, they had to win that to get into the Champions League. They didn't do it. So now, what are they being high almighty going, oh, I can't believe it's terrible. No. They go, no. This rule, this whole thing has been in place for a decade. A decade, you know, and the same time that we're praising obviously the Champions League being reformatted this season, so is the Europa League. Because of that, Europa League's been reformatted. You're getting angry at United for actually playing by the rules.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's actually a disgrace, though. And even when you think about the teams that have dropped down into it and won, you're only really talking about Chelsea that was seriously serious. Like, the other teams, though, it's not necessary that they all drop into the competition and just win it. There's still some shabby teams making their way to the final sometimes. It's just the competition. It's the state of the competition is what it is, you know. I'm not going to complain. I actually do. If we lift that cup, it's going to feel great. I took all the cups that I was winning before for granted. So I did look down at the Carabao Cup because it's like, it was a nothing cup to me. Like, I didn't care about that one. But then after, even the FA Cup, you start to kind of have a feeling of, well, no, I don't care about that one as well. But then all of a sudden, I don't know if it was in the Mourinho era, but Mourinho started taking the that cup quite seriously, the Carabao. And then after, Man City would still try to field a good enough team. They said it was a good thing to win, to breed more winning as your season goes along. Like, get that one, capture that one early. Let's see what else we can win. And that was the mentality. When we went for the barren spell of like 5 years with no trophy, I needed anything. I didn't care what it was. So we took the Carabao, and I was happy to receive that. Happy to receive the FA Cup. And we're in terms of what the Premier League looks like now. People say, "Oh, you're a cup side," but Man City have dominated the Premier League for the last six years. You know, so you're being a cup side. Well, what are you going to win if Man City are winning it by pomp, by 10 points, 2 points, whatever? That all you could win was the trophies.
And it doesn't have to be either. And this is the other weird thing, because we had this argument with Ten Hag, didn't we, in his like last year or so, where it doesn't have to be either or. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be either or. Like, oh, you can win cups, but you can't get in the top 4. We find ourselves in a situation where this season has been so shit. I mean, it's record bad settings in the Premier League. It's our worst season in like 30 odd years, even longer. But still, because of that, or like 40 years, I think it is. But what we've still got to do, we can still have an opportunity to not only win a trophy, but next season set ourselves up in the best way possible. So because of that, there is still something. Maybe it doesn't salvage the season or anything like that, but it's going to set us up nicely. I'd much rather have it than not have it. You kidding me? Because we'll be in the Champions League, like finances, the players we can go for, everything. That's massive, absolutely massive. So it's a huge, it's literally, it's a huge game. So yeah, I think the sort of bitterness or the whatever, like, because again, I'm sure you would much rather be in a position to be arguing with Arsenal fans because we're finishing, 3rd or 4th and winning Europa League, but we find ourselves where we find ourselves. So
I think the team that's having if it goes their way, if Newcastle get top 4, they've had one of the best seasons.
Top 4 in a trophy,
top 4 trophy, solid season,
and their first trophy in like 70 odd years or something ridiculous.
Solid. That's the season. If you want to compare yourself to someone who's had a better season, Newcastle or Arsenal, whatever, you're gonna go with Newcastle, because secure the trophy and secure Champions League football via the Premier League. So it's a move, it's a flex. But the trophy is the key part of it. The trophy is what makes it special. Now for us, if we get into this thing via a trophy, but for me, as bad as it's been in the Premier League, we've salvaged the season, and time goes on, and you literally forget about where you finished, and you just remember we won a title. I don't remember everyone's league finishes places after time's gone by, unless I'm trying because I'm having an argument, this, that, and the other. But really, you just remember the wins. You just remember we have a European trophy. 5 years from now, they're gonna say, "Yeah, we got 2 Europas." What are you gonna do?
I think was it you, or it might have been Flex brought this up the other day, and it was actually a really good point. The idea that but if we're in the Champions League next season, we're going to get absolutely smashed, or we're not good enough to be in the Champions League next season, what have you. I think it was either you or Flex said, but teams don't say that when they go up in the playoffs. They don't go, well, not really that good enough. We finished 6th in the Championship and we got lucky in the playoffs. They go, we're in the competition. We're probably going to probably get knocked out very early or get relegated, but we're going to give it a go. Why wouldn't we?
We're beating teams that are finished. We're beating teams.
And like you said, we need the money. They're like, oh no, I'll turn down that £100 million to be in the Premier League. I'll stay in the Championship because we don't really deserve it. You're not going to say that, are you?
But we're beating teams that are going to qualify for next year's Champions League. On the way into Europa, like if Bilbao, we gave them how much? What's the aggregate on Bilbao?
7-1. 7-1.
Best defensive team. And the first time we played them, and that was the game. Let's never forget this. This is the time, like, you try to pop some shit a little bit sometimes. But they said 2 teams that were guaranteed going to get us out of that. Lyon, they said we had no chance. No chance. Done the Lyon job. They said we had no chance against Bilbao and even Sociedad. They said Sociedad was going to take us out.
Bilbao was the one. Like I said, that was for me. That was certainly on paper, you would think that the best team left in the competition. You would say, considering their season and the lack of goals they'd conceded, you thought that they're the best team left in the competition. 7-1. It's a joke.
And then after they tried to blame on a penalty, but then sending off and a red card, but the goal happened before that. We put a goal in the back of the net twice before that moment. So again, this is what I'm saying. Like, there is this thing of it's an issue because it is us, and I'm okay with that because that's our position. We just need to be. It was better when we was those guys, and then everyone was like, "Oh, I hate you lot." But I feel like we're not those guys, but you still hate us. Like we still have your attention. I find that
even when we're not doing anything,
even when we're not doing anything. And now we're in a situation which it's so funny because it's like I could have predicted. I told these Arsenal fans, I said, listen, guys, at some point, you're going to have to make a decision because it's going to go bad for you lot and you need to support us. Or you're going to want, or look at that. Imagine that.
It's last season all over again, isn't it? It's last season all over again.
Yeah. Their biggest watch along that they're going to do, Arsenal fans, is the Man United game. Bigger than the Champions League game, by the way. It's going to be bigger. Absolutely. It is.
Like last season, their biggest watch along was the Spurs versus City game. That was the biggest one.
But again, progress in it. So there you go.
Karen, the super chat says it's all about momentum. Z6 says, KG, please don't go to the final, please. I beg. Is there anything decided on that?
I'm struggling to even like get that final thing like done personally. I've got it's happening. It's really difficult, man. Tickets are beyond expensive. I'm moving.
Not the easiest place to get to as well, Bilbao.
It's really right now. It's really difficult. So at the moment, it's looking more like
we're gonna win. We're gonna win.
It's like you see, like Rasmus scoring 30 in the Premier. That's my odds. Rasmus scoring 20 goals.
You're not going there. So you're not going. You're confirming you're not going.
You never know, though. You know, a couple of hat tricks. Like if Rasmus just goes to the goal. Yeah, Rasmus just decides to stat pad in one game. At the moment, it's looking Rasmus-ish, though.
That's what I think. That's positive. Maybe you can go to Super Cup next season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then no one can blame me for that because that PSG were inside off.
No, exactly.
If we won that game, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'd have it.
Angelo says, Cup is great, but what's our future looking like? Well, I think that one, you would say there, Angelo, to be fair, a future, if we win that Cup, well, you would hope looks a lot more brighter than if we don't win it, because then we've got money, we've got players to, try and get. We're in the Champions League. That's brighter than not having all of those things, is it not? A lot of people are really happy. A lot of people are really happy that you're not going.
It's pissing me off.
I knew you were reading the chat. I knew he went quiet. He was good.
A lot of people are really happy, but that's what I'm saying. I've got even like this Friday, I got to go to a wedding, and then I'm back. Don't worry, I'm back before anything. So this Friday, I'm heading to a wedding.
You're gonna be drunk for the match fee.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, Friday. Oh no, I won't even be on the match. I won't even be on that match. Damn. Oh yeah, shit, we're playing on Friday. Yeah. I won't be there. I'm in Turkey. not in the country.
Oh, you got to come back looking a bit different.
Crackhead.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna come back with what do you call it? So there's just too much on. I'm one of my friend's groomsmen that I just can't afford to go. It's just too. Even when I started looking at tickets for Bilbao, I cannot afford it, man. It's just too much all at once. You can't move and your friend get married. It's not happening.
If you the first stream that you do after your trip to Turkey, if you've got an afro, I think that'll be the greatest thing.
Now, but they'll blame my afro if we win. I mean, if we lose.
Imagine?
Look at you with a fucking afro.
but and the best thing is you just don't even acknowledge it. You're just completely normal. Don't even acknowledge it.
It'll be pretty cool, innit? It'll be pretty cool.
No one even brings it up. No one. And then if someone brings it up, they'll go, KG, what's going on with the hair? You go, nothing. And then just carry on and go, so yeah, with Man United, I think we're going to do well. Just don't even mention it. Don't even mention it.
I just, what, Owen, yeah, I would accept. I just really need us to win, man. Honestly. I just need us to win, man. Seriously, like on such a different level, like more than anything, because I recognize what it's going to do for this club. I recognize what type of summer we're going to have. We're going to have a summer to be proud of, especially like you're hearing the news of
an exciting one. Yeah, very exciting. Could you imagine how excited we'll be for, the chat about, I don't know, think of Gyökeres.
Gyökeres will be, that's straight on the, and even though you do have the likes of Jadon Sancho coming back, right?
Yeah.
Because that looks more and more likely. As things go. You just will sell him to somebody. Someone will take him off our hands. Somebody. But that won't be a problem if we're in Champions League. Are you with me? It's only a problem when you're not like, basically the team needs options. I'd hate that if we lost, we're now weighing up what if Sancho can do the Eriksen job? That'll piss me off.
Yeah.
If we start talking about Sanchellini 210s thing, it'll just annoy me, like on a different level. Like, I don't need that. I want us to, but we'd have to really, if it doesn't happen, we're gonna have to consider him. If it doesn't happen, if we fell, everything's on the table because the club is not in a position of strength because of finances. Yeah. And then after you had the other conversation of the club's real standpoint on a Bruno Fernandes, that Al Hilal haven't gone away. They're still kind of just waiting for a response.
Yeah,
as far as they're concerned.
That was still that. Yeah, it's not over. More talks. They're suggesting, isn't it? We've also, KG, got over 1,000 people watching right now. We're less than 300 likes. I mean, I know it's Sunday and it's not televised, and maybe they're thinking a little bit of like, well, just game doesn't really matter or anything like that. No, it still matters. As we know, if you're 1,000 likes per goal,
disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah, that's yeah, exactly. We're still not on 40 points yet, folks. Today could be the day that we're going to get to 40 points. So if you haven't already, go and click the like button and got a subscribe as well. We're less than 8K away from 200K.
Man, and then after what, we can go to 14th.
Wow, yeah, we could maybe go to 14th.
If we go up we need to win these last remaining
Are you thinking what's the highest we can possibly go?
When is it highest we can go where people don't have anything to say about they're in 15th, they shouldn't be playing in this big competition? When is it okay for them people to not be angry at us?
So we've got
qualifying
3 games left. So if we hypothetically, we're not going to win all those 3 games, but if we did, we get to 48 points, which as of today would take us up to 12. But we wouldn't finish 12 because literally that Palace will get not 2 points for the rest of the season in their next 3 games. So the highest possibly we could finish is 12th this season as of today.
Okay. Interesting. Will that make people be more
We're not going to finish 12th. We're not going to finish 12th, KG.
We're not going to try.
I mean, the likelihood is highest would probably be maybe 13th. At a push, it would be 13th. At a push, would be 13th.
It's funny though. I don't know what I want, man, because we could potentially, that last game of the season, we could be champions of the other Europe. Yeah, against Aston Villa, last home game, right? Is that correct?
Yes, that's after the Europa League final. Yeah.
Oh my God! So it'll be a little display. Them Villa trying to fight for Europe. Do we help them? Or do we mash them up?
I don't think we. Wow, and also we can just do the Man City thing. If we lose the game, well, we're still hungover, mate.
Oh yeah, hungover. We're celebrating.
Hungover, we're celebrating. It's a big cup to drink out of, isn't it? You know what I mean? So it's a lot. We're just hungover.
Because we have a say of what happens in that top 4 race,
Yeah.
Did you
see Unai's interview yesterday? Did you see that?
What did he do?
Have you not seen it?
No.
Oh my God, KG, it's hilarious.
What's he hilarious?
The first 7 seconds are incredible. Unai Emery interview. He says good afternoon. He goes, Europe. I said I'm sending it you in the chat. Right, I've just put it in there. It is hilarious. It's madness. Good afternoon. If we win the Europa League, we've got to have that on the soundboard.
Why has he done that? What?
Good afternoon, Europe. And he says the Europe really like British. He's like, Europe.
Yo, he wants Europe. That guy is not voting Brexit. You know what?
Yeah.
I respect. You know what? Respect to him, because he's serious about Europe. That's all I got from what I got from that interview is he really wants Europe. He really wants Europe. Like, yeah, and I feel the same way. If we win that, let's get straight on this. That is going
Go straight on the soundboard.
The soundboard, because that's it. Have you had a better season than Arsenal? Europe.
And especially with the good afternoon. Good afternoon, Europe.
Yeah. There's this paper over the cracks. Europe.
Yeah. Europe. Who had the better season? You just go Europe.
Yes.
Europe. You can see, a best of enemies episode. It would be, what did you guys win this season? Oh, us. Europe.
I know you guys are in Europe. Yeah. But we're there with a title. Oh,
exactly.
Let us raise. I just want to see Bruno Fernandes lift that title. That's what I want to see. I want to see Bruno do the. I want to see that so bad. Then I want to see Amorim as well, because he's never won it, has he? He's never won that.
No, he's never won that. He was in the final as a player, but he didn't win it as well. Of course, if we do win the Europa League, the moment the final whistle goes, I'll be placing my order for the Manchester United WWE Championship as well. £500 kg. It'll be then shipped on May 31st, and I'll have it in June time, and I'll be wearing that championship with pride next season and all the way through the summer.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
Damn, that is wow. Wait a minute. I don't want to dream about that yet, man.
OJ, you finished 14th. Europe.
Don't get a damn. Owen, we're gonna be a mess in that final. Me and you on the stream.
The fact that you're here for it, I feel immediately a lot more confident. We have not watched a Europa League game that we have lost this season. We haven't. We haven't. That's not happened.
Jeez, Owen, what will we do, Owen?
The last final we watched together was the FA Cup final. We won. Yeah, we won. So we've got our record is good. Our record is strong. K Flow says, KG, you were messing with the cooking. And that, how'd you say it? Maasai jump killed me. I was waiting for you to bring up the dating show though. Anyway, Europe.
Oh, what are we gonna do? That is mental. Do you know what funny thing happened to me? Just a little off-topic thing. Some person, got in my comment section, went back to a video that I made years ago and was like, you're not funny. But I thought the dedication to do that. It's not like one of the first selected videos. It's like, imagine the journey that you go on for that. I literally said, thank you for the love. Because it was like, I just thought that was a really, you had to scroll. He'll have to do what I did for Saeed. When I went through all his content to like.
Or do you think it was maybe they watched near enough every single piece of content you made? Yeah. They went all the way back to the start, and that's when they came to their decision. They watched it all and went, you're not funny, mate.
That's a real journey, though. Either you're committed to hate, which respected it. But then it was just like, I thought, wow, like, because I get it. If you see me on another channel, I understand it. I'm in your space. It is what it is. Yeah. But to come to go on a journey and then to go back, I thought it's funny, bro.
I don't know, it's really resonated with you. It's resonated with you.
No, because I thought that, or like, what does that person's day look like? That's because I'll go into that. I'm a creative thinker like that. I'm like, so that person woke up and thought, I need to let this man know he's not funny. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to his page. I'm gonna
I
go
had-
to yo, that's really successful. That's not funny.
I had one last night. I was doing the Backlash watch along, and one of the matches I went, I think this person's going to win, and obviously they didn't, and they let me have it for the rest of the 3 hours of every single match who you predicting they're knowing, because you guaranteed that one was going to win, and he didn't. And in the end, they gave a super chat for £1, and I went, oh, thanks for the £1, and they went, so that's how much you're worth. And I thought that's pretty good.
Oh my god!
I was like, the dedication to be a hater for 3 hours, give the £1, and then go, that's how, literally like fling it at me. Fling the £1. That's how much you're worth. So that was better than nothing.
Well, you just stayed here and watched the whole show. Like,
And then paid for the £1.
I've probably like done a couple adverts. You've given me more than £1.
I'm like, it's like 3 a.m.
No, you're a madman. No, you have to be. I don't think I could do that. You know, someone I don't like here, going out of my way to watch them. The only people that go out my way to watch that I don't like is the lads on ESPN. But I like watching them talk about us through gritted teeth. So when we've won, I only go and watch them when we've won. I never listen to them when we like. It's a waste of time. So I'll go back. I'm this petty. If we've won, I go back and watch the preview that he did, and then the response. Because it's like that's elite. But I would never stay around for somebody that I don't like. Like there's all this space on the internet,
and then pay for the privilege. Here's £1.
That is mental. That's why I think I literally decided in that moment. I was like, you know what? Well, trolls don't really get to me like that, to be honest. But usually
and that one, I was like, if it's good, you know what I mean? If it's good, like that one, I was like, you know what I mean? Fair enough. Can't. Like, I respect the creativity sometimes, you know what I mean? If it's boring, you know what I mean? But if it's next level creativity and persistence, I go, you know what? Fair enough. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah.
Yes, and then Stevie Nicol don't come back to Craig Burley don't come back to work. They were pissed off when we beat Bilbao, because they all predicted Bilbao to win, innit? They were pissed off, bro. All of them, bro. There's this I can't stand all of them. They're all dickheads.
2-0 Newcastle. 2-0 Newcastle against Chelsea. Matisse.
Damn. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Who scored the goal?
Bruno Guimaraes.
That's mental. That's not good for them. This game was so important.
Yeah. It's not good for Matisse.
So they need to go on a crazy... But Arsenal's still going to win that one game. So Arsenal will finish in... What's Arsenal going to do? Arsenal should finish...
Positively, KG, we can actually, with how he's feeling at the moment, we can go live to Matisse. You know, there you go.
Oh.
2-0 Newcastle.
Doesn't look good.
No.
Looks a bit stressed. What are you saying? I'm getting with stress.
He's very quiet.
It'd be a good time to call him, innit?
That's one Champions League position slot gone.
Champions League position slot gone.
Great time to call.
In my opinion, there's one left. It's between us, Villa, and Forest. 2 slots gone.
You're right, mate.
You know what? Fuck it.
Hello, you right? Hello? You right, mate?
That's all we had to say to each other. We didn't need to say any words. We all know where it is. That's the level of friendship we have. We don't even need to talk. We just have to laugh. That's all we had to say. Well, here comes the fighting. Yeah. That'll get us. That'll get us some points. That'll beat Ipswich.
Look at his face.
I don't know why that's killing me so much. Yes. Oh man, that's too funny. Let's leave him alone, man. Let's go, man. Oh, bro. Oh. Bro. Football's a wicked game, you know.
That's fun, isn't it? That's fun of being on the phone, seeing the reaction, hearing the reaction.
Not like a super recap.
Yeah.
Bro, football's an evil sport, man. It's just evil because oh man. Anyhow, we beat them.
Yeah.
Anyhow, nah. If we beat them, on Friday with the weekend side, or we get a draw, or we get a draw out of it with Minato and them man there, like the kids, Chido and that, bro. I tell you now, I don't even know what I'd think. Like, I don't know what emotion to have. Are we getting to their ground in that one?
Yes, it's Stamford Bridge. Yeah,
that's their last game of the season, right? At home.
At home, I'll have a look. Actually,
surely
Chelsea. Yeah, it's their last game at Stamford Bridge. They'll have Forest afterwards. Yeah,
that is a real final. That Forest game.
Yeah,
Forest away from. Bro. And then if Anthony does the unthinkable, bloody hell. If Anthony does the unthinkable, what are they gonna do?
It depends where they finish. I mean, where are they actually going to finish in the league?
They'll finish in the now.
They're fifth at the moment, but if Villa could leapfrog them, they could go into fifth. Forest, I mean, they could end up once again in Europa Conference League. They could end up in Europa Conference League again.
What?
Imagine that. Bottle Champions League, bottle Europa League, end up in Conference League again.
There's no way that's possible. Let me look at that table again. How have you done that? Let's have a look at that. Conference League is what?
I'll get it up on the screen.
Because fifth is Champions League now, isn't it?
Yes. But I'm not sure how everything's working because obviously there's going to be like 6 teams potentially in the Champions. Well, there's going to be 6 English teams in the Champions League next season.
So they can't do
that. So that's the league. So you got Chelsea today, they're 5th. But if Aston Villa were to win their game, they could leapfrog them into 5th. So they go to 6th. Then let's say Forest beat them on the last day of the season and they do have a bit of a madness too. They could leapfrog Chelsea. The lowest they could probably finish is 7th. So they could end up in conference.
7 gives you no, 7 still gives you.
Is that your Europa Conference League though, isn't it? That's Europa Conference, isn't it?
Hey, someone in the chat, tell us what is 7th. Is that still Europa or conference?
I think considering there's going to be 5 teams in the Champions League plus the one who either us or Spurs in the Champions League next season. That's 6 teams. So I just think we'll have one less in the Europa League. It'll be conference.
It's conference. Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. That makes me excited.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do that to them. That would be brilliant.
Oh, and then FA Cup is Europa as well. Yeah. So yeah, that 7th is definitely conference because Palace could win the FA Cup and they could go into conference. They could go into Europa. Sorry.
You can see the orange sign next to AV is Europe. Oh,
Yeah. So there's only one in Europa League next season. Well, potentially 2, I suppose, if Palace win. Well, I don't know actually. So would that mean then the team that didn't finish 6th, they end up in Europa Conference because Palace takes it, I suppose. Yeah.
Wait,
I don't know.
Hold on. There's a lot of things happening.
There's a lot of things happening.
Moving variable. Wait, let's one more time for the slow people like me. Yeah. So what I'm hearing you say right now.
So
if Palace win, they're getting Europa.
As of now, right? That top 5, they're in the Champions League.
Yes,
6th, they'll be in Europa League. Usually 7th gets Europa Conference. Now, if Palace win the FA Cup, I would assume they just get added to the Europa League with who finishes 6th. But potentially Chelsea could still finish as low as 7th, which could only be Europa. Give a conference, sorry.
I need that. I need that. That's what I need.
It could be spectacular.
There's no way Arsenal can finish in Europa and make them play that competition, can they?
No, I don't think so. You might be wishing for a bit too much.
Because that would be sensational as well. That'd be absolutely phenomenal. Just can't happen. There's no way Arsenal can end up in Europa in the competition they say that's so easy to win. Love to see that.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Because they have to win it.
Yeah. That would be incredible.
Yo, okay, cool.
Cage is having just a lot of different thoughts at the moment.
There's some real thoughts that I'm hoping for. Like, I need Man City in the Conference League. No, because then they'll be like, we've won it all. We've completed Europe. Just like fucking stupid Chelsea. That's crazy. If they lose all their games, they're not losing all their games. All right, cool. Fair enough. Yeah, I had a quick thought. Liverpool probably won't even show up today as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Liverpool might do.
I keep forgetting that game's on afterwards. I keep forgetting about that. I mean, it's difficult enough to remember that we're playing today, let alone everything else that's going on.
This is how irrelevant this game is. We haven't spoke about it. Usually we're imagine, oh my God. Imagine, we've been knocked out by Bilbao. We're using this game as a marker to understand if this manager is the one to lead us to the promised land. I promise you, we'll still be saying, look, give him a preseason, this, that, and the other. The chat will be toxic.
Oh, it'd be very different. Very, very different.
We wouldn't be allowed to talk like we're just enjoying our day doing different breakdowns of how it could look this way and look that way. Right, permutations, is that correct?
Permutations,
that's it. We're doing right now, we're having fun like that. Yeah. We wouldn't be able to do that.
We're watching Matisse's stream. We're watching Matisse's stream for like 5 minutes.
This chat would have been it would have been your Amarim outers would have been heavy. Here. It would could you imagine what this chat would have looked like? Or how we would and then we'll be like, I think we'll be looking at every player that's in the team as well. Why has he gone with him for? See, we need to start a new start. Sure in. That Shaw thing would have pissed us all off. Everything. Yeah.
But luckily, we don't have to deal with that, KG. Fortunately, we've managed to avoid that, which is positive, which is good. Thank God. A couple of super chats here. Red Baron says, KG, I think you need to check on Ma. He's depressed. Well, we did. We had simulcast. KG's done his friendly duties. He called him. So that's fine. Red Baron says, this game is dead. Let's talk about favorite chocolate. I don't really, you know what? I've kind of, as I got older, KG, I've gone off chocolate a bit.
Really?
Yeah. I had the other day, I tried it out of someone got it for me. The Dairy Milk Lotus Biscoff chocolate.
That Biscoff.
I was
thing
actually
is- No, you
I was
don't
a
like
bit
the Biscoff.
disappointed. I like Biscoff usually, but I was a bit disappointed. It's not great.
Do you know what my go-to one is? I used to be a Galaxy man myself.
Yeah, I used to like Galaxy.
Yeah, the cookie one as well. That was nice. The salted caramel one's good.
And
But yeah,
Eugene's right there. Get it right. Favorite.
Favorite. That's right. Underwhelming. Yeah.
It is. Honestly,
Hershey's
it
no
is.
way.
Genuinely, it is actually really underwhelming. Like you would think that like Biscoff and Dairy Milk, this is going to be a surefire winner. There's not actually even that much Biscoff in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of
Harry Guinness just done it there. He's only gone and done it again. That is a
he's
brilliant
done it
bar.
again.
He's done it
Gold bar.
again. Harry Guinness done it again. That gold bar, is it by the club or McVitie's or something?
It's always in the childhood. It's always in the childhood.
Phenomenal.
Gold bar.
That gold bar is brilliant. That is the one. Yeah, I haven't had that in time. How many a pack at Iceland? Yo, sell that at school if you could.
Yeah.
If you was a real businessman.
Along with cans of Coke, Pepsi. Buy a pack of 6, sell around.
Easter egg. I should have done that Easter egg. Even in that house, the kids are still ain't. They only got like 2 Easter eggs still in the fridge, mate.
Really? The man got immediately.
Oh, really? I was surprised that it's no one wants it. I used to get a drink, so I'm ready for this game as well. Let me get a drink from the call the missus. Let me get my own drink this time.
Well, the game's about to kick off in just 7 minutes time or so. So you can all lock in. Let me switch to the real screen here. This one with the watch caller and the thingy. Mr. the Comedian. He goes over here with the watch caller and the thingy. There you go. Watch call it. What else have we people saying here? Pav says, didn't we take Europa League off Chelsea last season? We did. The reason they're in the Conference League is because of us. Dan A says, my favorite chocolate is McFreddo. Wow. I see what you've done there. I see what you've done there. I do like a Freddo though, but this changed. Obviously the price. I remember back in the day we get a Freddo for, what was it like? How much did Freddos used to cost? Was it like 5p? Something like that. I think it used to be something like that. It used to be like 5p. But yeah. Early times. KG's better in the right. Owen, this is always the way. This is always the way. KG's always on the left. I'm always on the right. That's it. Yeah, but what you call it? Anything? 10p? Was it 10p? Used to be, and they were really good value for money because you actually got like a lot of chocolate for it. You know what I mean? It was good. I used to enjoy a Freddo. Now, how much is a Freddo now? Actually, that is a point. How much do they cost? They cost 85p. That's a disgrace. How much do Freddos cost? Oh, this is a history of Cadbury's. Freddo, there's a Freddo that costs 30p now. It's going to be way more than that. They're saying 35p. Is it still only 35p? Really? Ahmed said it's like 30p. Who was saying 85? Scandalous. Who was saying that? 35. In 2000, it used to be 10p. It's been a rise of 200%. So actually, Freddos have rise percentage-wise more than a litre of petrol, more than a Premier League season ticket, more than a cinema ticket, more than a gas bill, more than a pint of beer at a pub, more than a loaf of bread, more than house prices, more than your electric bill. Freddos have increased more percentage-wise since then.
Really?
Yeah, in terms of an inflation price of Freddo, it's risen since 200%, 200%, which is higher than house prices have raised during that period of time.
Nah, that's ridiculous. I haven't had a Freddo in years, and they changed it as well. Didn't they change the look of it?
Yeah, it's. I think they changed the frog now. I don't know if it's he's just happy. I think
I'm
he's
the
just like a
same
normal
guy.
frog. Yeah,
Disgrace.
disgraceful. Absolute disgraceful.
Absolutely disgraceful.
What am I doing here? What you call it in the thingy? There you go.
Oh, let's pick it. All right, let's go. And go. Standards, mate. They're on the floor.
Stands on the floor. Stands on the floor, Dan. Go.
Oh. All right, let's turn that on. Let's get rid of that sound. There you go. In the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
Okay. Ready for this one?
Of course, it's a non-televised game, guys. So people will be at different times, as is always the case.
We can do nothing about that. Apologies.
We're obviously only watching this via the radio commentary from someone inside Old Trafford. What are you drinking?
It's a Coke Zero.
Nice. Well, I don't know if you tried this recently. This is Pepsi. This is strawberries and Coke. Strawberries and cream, excuse me. It's strawberries and cream Pepsi. It's
any good?
Still, it's 0 calorie, 0 sugar and all that kind of stuff still. It's very sweet. Very sweet. I'd have a bit of a sweet tooth.
Strawberries and cream. I don't know about that.
It's nice.
I'm not really a Pepsi guy.
It's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Look into that.
Yeah.
So what's happening for you is happening for me, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It'll get resolved, hopefully. You never know how these things go.
Wait a minute.
What do you call it in the thingy?
What you call it? Oh, come on. Oh, there you go.
You never know. We go back. You go back.
Listen,
there you go.
Let's just have a good game. That's all we're hoping for. Really good game.
Well, sometimes, with these Sunday games, non-televised, there's a bit of a change to the, by the way, there's a bit of a change to the shirt today for Man United. I think they said on 3 match days per season, you can change your front shirt sponsor to a sort of charitable organization. So that's what it is today.
No wonder, because Chelsea had a shirt sponsor today, and I didn't understand it.
Oh, theirs is actually like a genuine shirt sponsor as well. By the
Really?
way, what's happening for you, that keeps happening. I don't know why, but that's just a thing. Yeah. United in Dallas with a super chat says, the chocolate conversation epitomizes how shite our season in the Prem has been. That was more interesting than the football has been.
Yeah.
Riri says, Coke Zero is trash, KG.
Wait, they're saying, what's better than Coke Zero? Pepsi.
People well, because he's saying they prefer Coke to Pepsi. I always think of Pepsi, though. I always think of the David Beckham adverts and the Cantona adverts. Remember them?
Yeah, Pepsi make great adverts, but the drink's not as good. Remember how many things are coming?
If I was gonna have just a plain Pepsi or a plain Coke, I would have a plain Coke. Is what I would have.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm
happy for Harry Amas, He's going to get a contract, isn't it?
Oh, he's playing games now. It's going to be interesting to see how much he plays next season, certainly. See what happens in the summer.
Imagine Rasmus scores today. What's your prediction?
I'm going to go with a 3-1 Manchester United, Mr. the Comedian.
You know what? I like that. Yeah, 2-1. I might say 2-1. Yeah, I'm going to go over Wamby. Oh, Whams. Oh, how could I forget?
Are they going to be wearing the shirts? Are they going to be wearing the shirts, KG? Thank you. Remember Neil Custis with the shirts?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, because they might wear it today. They actually play the same system as us as well.
It's good, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that is. They'll come back probably. Maybe. You never know. Well, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
There you go.
Man, like, how did I forget 1B,
Well,
bro?
wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one here.
Yeah.
Having some signal interruption with
But that's
radio.
literally not on. Yeah. That's literally not on us.
It'll
That's
be
on wherever it's,
the radio.
Yeah, exactly. So that's to do with the radio signal.
Yeah.
It looks like Flex is running the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With constant of that coming up. You know what I mean?
Go on, boys. Little cheeky huddle. Yeah, man. Get your act together. Actually, listen, let's pray for no injury. Everyone comes out this game 100%. That's all we care about, right? Yes,
no injuries. Some good performances. That's what you want. Red Baron says Oreo Cadbury's. My God, I do like that. It's rather nice. United in Dallas says, oh yeah, we read that one. The chocolate conversation. We're all caught up with super chats. If you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well as we await kickoff at Old Trafford. Well, someone has got like the shittest fucking cable.
Literally.
And
we're off.
And we're off, apparently.
What's happened? Oh, no.
Oh, we're not off.
They didn't like that.
False start. Now we're off.
You know what?
United.
I'm happy we got Yoro instead of Todibo. No disrespect to Todibo.
Yeah. Remember that. The way he was being talked about, you'd think he was going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
A reminder is also, guys, after the match, we're going to have fan views, player ratings. We're going to have a fan view from Fleck, who, for all of the chat at KG about you're not allowed out of the country, he's out the country right now.
Nasty work.
He's on his hollybobs. So if we lose today, that means, people talking about you not leaving the country. Maybe it applies to him.
Blame Fleck.
Blame Fleck. Oh, what do you call it in the thingy?
Come on, what is going on today? All right, we're in midfield. Okay.
Luckily, it's a game that doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Ball over the top. I like that one into the channels that they try to play, Oh, go on, Hamas. What can you do? Oh, he pushes him off. So foul. I've definitely called him foul before.
Souffle. Red Baron with the super chat says, KG, wasn't Aaron Wan-Bissaka your son that you got rid of for adoption, so you can't take him back, then forget him again? I don't rate Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but you're terrible to him.
Oh, piss off.
That Aaron accusing KG of being a flip-flop.
But then I did let go of him. There was a moment I did let go of him.
Yeah, you did.
But then it's like they forget I get all the criticism you get for backing a player. As soon as you're like, oh man, you have a wobble, yeah, that all them times don't matter. It's just that one time you done. It's crazy. So they cuss you for backing him and cuss you for. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that one. That battle against what was his name again? Cam, about Delo versus Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. Well, and then obviously the whole De Gea stuff is still kind of age poorly, isn't it?
Well, the scholars, bro.
Yeah. Pav says, Ineos decided not to send United staff to Europa final to save costs is criminal after the year we've had. Glazers out, KG in. Well, I'm not sure KG in charge of those finances would be still there.
I don't know. Wait, would I let the staff come? Yeah.
You would.
Yeah, we'll go into administration. I've got to be nowhere near. I've got to be nowhere near it.
Omar says, you guys need to try out Sprite Zero. I don't mind a Sprite, but it's just lemonade, isn't it? I don't really, you know what I mean? Danny DeFito says, always amazes me how you guys can watch the live radio feed and it's almost like you're watching the game live. Superb analysis. Well, we try. You know what I mean? There's some good radio.
Yeah, this is again
good radio commentators.
Absolutely.
We have to do what we can.
It's really picture the whole pitch and stuff. And
yeah, exactly. Riri says, no soda KG, but if I must, ginger ale.
Oh, ginger ale's quite nice, actually. It's
good for if you're feeling a bit sick.
My sister-in-law's making she's making banana bread. It is smelling so incredible in this house.
I was wondering why you were like twitching.
It is.
You saw the torture. KG literally was going like this. He's twitching.
It never lasts as well. It never lasts.
It's twitching. Well, the banana bread never lasts.
It, as in, it's gone. Soon as that's going to be made, it's going to be gone really quickly. If it's still there, it's not a good batch. But the bananas have been ripened to perfection as well.
Can't you get a slice delivered to you?
They try to wait for it to cool down, but I don't mind it. I don't mind when it's piping. You know, when you do that one. Oh man, what is going on today?
I know, especially with
radio waves are terrible today.
Radio waves, yeah, very, very, very poor. I mean, I'm sure they'll recover. They always do, but it's always one of those ones. Bloody hell. That's not the best look. Go back to everyone and see if it's come back. There you go. That radio sound wasn't very clear for a second.
Yeah, well, we saw it out.
We sorted it out. It's always the way.
Again, this
Paris says, Owen, have you tried ginger beer? I wasn't a big fan of it. You know what I mean? I'm not the
they've
biggest
ruined
ginger
it,
beer
man.
fan.
It used to be great. Man, like, that's mental, you know. That was a good bit of business, though. Wan-Bissaka for Mazraoui, don't regret it.
Yeah, no.
As much as I love Wan-Bissaka, I don't regret bringing in Mazraoui instead.
Yeah, it was the right move.
And I was worried because I thought Mazraoui have injury issues. Delit's been more injured than Mazraoui.
I know. Mazraoui, as I said earlier, only had a heart procedure. He played the next game.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh, got to watch out. Be careful. There you go.
What you want to do here?
Oh, Rasmus.
That's the part of Rasmus' game that hasn't been fixed. That's
No.
a good little run there. Goes wide.
I forgot they got Ward-Prowse. All in.
Oh, what? Ward-Prowse, you expected him to end up at like a really big club at one stage.
Yeah, I thought he's going to end up, like a
Spurs.
I don't know, Spurs or something like that. Yeah. But you would
Definitely saw a few Spurs in his destiny.
Or you thought it would have been like maybe like an Arsenal, since Arteta loves set pieces.
Oh yeah, he would have been perfect for Arsenal. That's the missing piece. That's what they need to
Is
do.
that foul? Is that foul by Gartz? Maybe. Kevin in the chat says, who remembers Lilt?
Lilt. They tried to bring it back, but it's a Fanta drink now.
I feel like that might be another one that got affected by sugar regulations. I feel like that one was very, very high. They always had it at like a Sunday League football ground as well. And they had they always had a Lilt.
Really?
Oh, ahead of the bar. Yeah. If you whenever you went to go play football somewhere and in the clubhouse, and they had loads of cans of like pop, they always had a Lilt. Always had a Lilt. It might have been there for ages. You know what I mean? But it's always a can of Lilt.
So I've got a different link because a different stream.
You're listening to a different radio broadcast, KG.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I couldn't see it.
You can hear the commentary, can't you?
Oh, it's too far behind, isn't it? I'm at 7:01. That's too far back. I couldn't see what you're seeing. Should I send you this one?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. Let's go because they were doing nonsense. Yeah.
With the watch call it and the thingy. as it's 8 minutes, 30 seconds gone here. Still 0-0. Nothing really happened all that much just yet.
We might be getting back to the into the past.
If this comes to Ahmad. Takes a shot. Oof. Headed away. Fernandez over the bar.
What is going on today? Everything is rubbish.
Is your new radio broadcast not working for you, KG?
Absolutely, mate. Getting back to the old one.
Oh, KG.
Absolute trash.
I saw that as well. It's like I was seeing pop-ups for like Windows 2000. I was thinking, what the hell are you watching this?
It's just mad grainy. It's like I'm watching CCTV. I can't tell you who's on the ball, but I just know that we have it.
You listen to have you got the commentary?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so mad not caring about a fixture, but
No.
still hoping you win. But I'm just you will never be more relaxed watching our team play.
No, literally.
But these criminals deserve to score some goals. You know,
Yeah.
You're not allowed to score 4 in a week on a Thursday.
But this was your point, wasn't it? This is why you were saying that we can. Of course, we can win Europa. The players can show up just whenever they want to.
Whenever they want. If you pay as you play settings, that's how they're moving.
Cobbs,
we need to see a good game for Manu as well, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that's what some people are saying. They're saying, this might be a bit of a can you get into the Europa League final team kind of thing. Because at the moment, it doesn't feel like he's...
Team. It's not a starter. He's not looking like a starter at the moment.
No. Definitely not. I tell you what, speaking of like new managers and not having like a new manager bounce, Graham Potter has done nothing at West Ham.
I thought it'd be a sensation there. Less pressure.
And at one point, people were talking about he's going to end up going to United. Remember that?
Damn.
It could be Potter. Could be Potter. Could be Potter.
Said Potter would do better than Ten Hag in that. Like, he's a better manager.
Yeah.
Don't know about that, lads.
And you know what? Yeah. Fair play to David Moyes, because he's proved all of those West Ham people right, or wrong, rather. Like, it happens a lot to him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Went to West Ham, saved them, but no, we want to have an attractive, we want to play nice football. We want to have modern football. It doesn't work. I think it was Pellegrini. Goes back, gets them competing for Europe every season, wins the European trophy. Then it's, but we're not playing nice football and this, that. He's taken them as far as we can go. Lopetegui, awful. Graham Potter, awful. Meanwhile, he's at Everton. They're one of the most informed teams in the Prem. It's going to a new stadium.
That's what I'm saying. It's disrespect. They should have valued him. Like, they ain't won a European Cup.
Yeah.
That Conference League was supposed to be everything to them. To get rid of him was crazy. I've got no sympathy for that. I've got no sympathy for them. Talking about playing the West Ham way. I don't even know what that is.
No, literally. Because that is the thing with them as well, isn't it? They do this whole West Ham really big club, and you go, well, like historically, like you won your first ever European trophy with David Moyes. Surely that should be able to he should do what he wants for the rest of his career at your club. Could you imagine?
It's a joke. The
next person who wins the Prem or the Champions League at Manchester United, the leniency they will get. My God.
Even
Ahmad. Bruno Fernandes. Amas.
Block. This because this is. I'm looking at CCTV right now in radio wave.
You're listening to CCTV.
Literally. Nice little pass inside. Nice Rasmus. Don't lose a hair. Bit too laxadays. Do you know we actually don't? We play a brand of football in the Premier League that is, I don't care. Don't care anymore.
Yeah.
We literally play
Literally.
Andy Tate football.
Yeah.
In the Premier League.
Literally. Just don't really care. Not really fussed.
We've got
You
to
know
fix
what I mean?
that side of our game.
Well, that's good. What happened here? With what you call it in the thingy? Never know what's going to happen, mate.
It's a good battle for Ahmad versus Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, it is.
We can win that ball back.
Hopefully.
Oh. Haven't seen Mason Mount on the ball yet.
No. Not a lot of. It's been a bit, like I said, it's been a bit of a nothing game, isn't it?
Tadibo dealt with them there.
Tadibs.
Tadibo. Could have been, man.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the regulations, you know, the whole Nice stuff. Yeah.
Was we going for him instead of Yoro?
I don't know if it was instead of, but he was definitely on the radar for sure. He was definitely on the radar, but it was because Nice and United were both in Europa League, so we couldn't both go for the same players or something like that. Always the way.
We never talk about the medical team really lying to us, though. They told us that Aiden Heaven injury, not serious. Protective boot.
Why he put him? He was back on the bench, wasn't he? He was on the bench for a little bit and then he disappeared, which was odd.
Has he been back on the bench, or I think he's been out since?
Yeah. No, he was on the bench for one of the games. I forget which one it was. And we were like, oh, he's back. Which was a bit odd.
But yeah, our medical department just like, they done well to get Ahmad back on the pitch.
Mm. Yeah, very early. Watch this one.
All in.
Imagine if Wan-Bissaka scores. Could you imagine if Wan-Bissaka scores, KG?
It'd be annoying.
He's looking for banana bread. He's looking for the banana bread. Yeah.
Had to ask. It is killing me. Wafting through, smells delicious. If there is a slice.
Dan with a super chat says, have you heard that the Premier League might be having their own streaming platform or stream every game, even the Saturday 3 p.m. ones? I'm surprised it's taken this long for them to do it. I mean, if they had their own streaming platform or they, you know, Netflix bought the entire package kind of thing and had their own section on the streaming platform, then bloody hell, you know. But the problem is that broadcasters will pay so much money. Because imagine Sky didn't have Premier League football. No one would have Sky. They'd be like, well, there's no point. Yeah, they'd be like,
having Sky now is kind of pointless without.
It is, yeah.
Netflix, you're really.
Yeah.
Oh, that's football. Oh.
So that's why the broadcasters always
like
willing.
This, though, in the Premier League, on a serious note, I know it's not like I'm worried about it, but it is bad though. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like we just don't pass properly.
Well, we're passing properly on Thursday. That passing, I mean, KJ, I was losing my mind in that game. Like, it was crazy.
Like, come on, boys. Like, even in that Newcastle game, yeah, Chelsea had a man down, and it looked like they started to control the game at times.
Mm.
Well, it still looked dangerous.
I gotta go. Kept in. And Kudus kept it in. You never know. He might end up leaving West Ham in the summer.
Whipped in. Oh, referee.
Oh, ref.
Snake. Shot ball. Jared.
It's Jared Gillett. Jared, do it. Are you going to be watching the Club World Cup in the summer?
Yes, I'll be
KG?
doing streams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
mate.
interested to see what happens. Oh, this is an interesting one, KG. There is a goal at the City Ground, and Leicester are 1-0 up against Nottingham Forest. Forest fully bottling it.
Like that. I hate shit like that.
Fully bottling it.
I hate shit like that. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because how are Forest doing that to themselves?
Yeah.
They've been so good this season. That's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. What happened to Wood and man there?
Yeah. Hudson-Odoi, Anthony Alanga, my son.
My son, Anthony Alanga.
But this is what people were kind of saying with them, going the way that they have been playing on the counter-attack. Is that really sustainable? You know, can you do that?
Yeah, especially when you're meant to be in charge of the ball.
Yeah, is the bubble going to burst?
Well, what a time for it to burst, though.
I know. Literally. Like 5-6 games left, just start losing the ball.
Oh, shame. It's a derby. Leicester, Nottingham.
Leicester, Nottingham from Midlands. Midlands-ish.
Derby.
20 minutes gone in this one. Nothing happening.
Literally, like, we just... Come on, man. Give us something to cheer about.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, but also it's nice just to relax, have a conversation, you know, about whatever.
Yeah, but it's just, again, I'm literally watching CCTV.
Okay,
Like,
do you plan on watching?
I only know that's Wan-Bissaka because of this. I saw a pixelated slide tackle. I'm like, he's the only one that'll do that.
Are you planning on watching Backlash, KG?
Ooh, John Cena versus Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, yeah, one last time.
What the hell is Cody Rhodes, by the way?
He's off TV.
He just decided that he's
just having a little bit of a break, yeah.
Yeah, he's
ball over the top. Mason Mount. Oh, skips past it.
Mace, money Mace. Amas, I think that's Amas. Why did we go backwards?
I'm not sure.
Said ball in.
Oh, what was that? There you go, played it out. No, it was good actually last night, KG. It was good.
Oh, it was last night. I got to watch it then.
Yeah, it was last night. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Wait, hold on. What happened to Raw?
What was it? Well, Sunday.
Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, it was on Monday.
Ain't SmackDown tomorrow, possibly yesterday. Friday Night SmackDown.
Friday, yeah. And then yesterday was Saturday.
Of course. There you go. I'm all over the place. It's only because I watched them, like, I just finished watching Raw. Or did I watch SmackDown? SmackDown was good. I watched, there was the fight of the tables, ladders, the ladder.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Yeah, it was good.
The tag team one.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
some craziness was happening in it.
That was brilliant. That is, that's up there. That could have been a major card thing. That was that
WrestleMania. Yeah.
That was brilliant. Oh my God. Oh, they delivered. Oh, that was so good. Oh man. I think I watched it again. I think I went back to watch it because it was that good. Like,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So definitely gonna check that out.
A lot of people saying the age is catching up to you, KG, because you didn't know what the day it was. What days were going on?
Yeah, I'm all over the place, man.
If you keep up that American time and switch back and forth between American time and UK time, it will mess you up. Cuts it back. No, nothing there. Oh, there's another goal at the City Ground, KG. It's 1-1. Gibbs White scored.
Congratulations, Forest.
They think he's going City, don't they?
Yeah, they're saying that now. They're going to get raided.
Oh,
that's a poor pass. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Wan-Bissaka slide tackle. Absolutely.
No, cuts it back.
Cuts it back.
Cobby.
Don't let him out. Kudus wants out as well, innit?
Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he goes in the summer. To think that
Not
we
a lot
could
of
have got
Premier League
him.
teams. There was a moment when we thought like he would be on the move to a massive Premier League club. I don't even know if he's going to take a massive step. I think it might be like a light sidestep. Not to super greatness, but...
What, you reckon he could go to like a Spurs?
Yeah, Spurs. I think Newcastle's a really like good club for a lot of players. Like if I was Jaden, I wouldn't turn my nose down at a Newcastle move.
I don't think they'd want him though. I don't think they'd want him. Yeah.
Not really a Newcastle type player, but if I was him, that's a team that I would look at.
Oh, they already got good wide players. I'd rather have Gordon, Harvey Barnes, what have you. Why not? And I never used to rate Anthony Gordon either. When he was at, when he was at Everton, and they're like, "Oh, he's going to go for a lot of money." I was like, they thought he was going to go to Chelsea, didn't they? But he's a good player.
Do you know who'd be very dangerous in a Newcastle shirt? Mbuemo. He feels like a player that could wear the white and black of Newcastle and just be a problem.
Oh, Wan-Bissaka reverse pass. Cross goal. 1-0.
Can't even see it, mate.
Thomas Souček scores. Yeah. Wan-Bissaka did have actually a nice turn.
We suck.
Yeah, we're so bad in the Premier League.
We suck, man.
We're so shit. Oh my God.
Somehow this team can fight for the European title.
I know. So, I mean, this is of the teams that are in the Premier League next season, West Ham is the worst team. They are the worst team. And we're 1-0 down at home. Look at Wan-Bissaka pass. Get ready. This is the pass here. Reverse pass. See you later. Boom.
No, he didn't. Wan-Bissaka.
Mazraoui. Yeah.
He goes down. Oh, that's poor. Amas got to get in front of him.
That's
embarrassing. Kudus does well there.
And not only that, like I said, this Wan-Bissaka reverse passing against Mazraoui's replacement. It's going to be tough for you, KG.
No, it's all right. It's only because we're... Damn, though. We do need to get our act together, though.
But and it's nice if we played... This is what I was saying when the team news came out, though. Like, if we was completely playing the kids, I'd be like, look, whatever, it is what it is. But we've actually played a strong team today. Like, it hasn't really rested or rotated.
This is what's scary.
It's a strong team. And I suppose maybe this is the worry that some people are having for the Europa League final, is they're sort of going like, well, we're playing an English team in the final. So we've done well against European teams, but we're playing an English team. So
we've got to tell them that there's we got to just lie to the players
from
and say
Spain. Yeah, literally.
Mate, they're all in white. It's the Los Blancos.
Yeah. Eminem with the super chat says, not going to lie, Aaron Wan-Bissaka as right wing back over Dallo would have been good. Who would you rather have at right wing back, KG, Dallo or Wan-Bissaka?
There's no competition. It is terrible. This is absolute terrible, though. 17th. KG, imagine we won Europa finishing 17th. I mean, I think what we'd said about winning at 14th or 15th, 17th. And that would be one of those things when people go like, if the promoted teams were better, we genuinely would have been in trouble. Genuinely, we would have been in trouble. But they're just not. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
17th and then being in the Champions League would be insanity. That would be... It's the ultimate shamelessness, isn't it? It's the ultimate. That is the ultimate.
We've got to get our act together, man. We can't get...
David G says, we huff and puff, but don't blow the house down. Possession for possession's sake means nothing. Shoots over the bar. We can only play when the game's open. We freestyle in attack. K-Flow says, both Cobby and Mount doing the same things. Coming short, no one running in behind. Taking man on and running into space. It's clear what Garnacho brings. Well, that's the thing with Garnacho, isn't it? For all of the lack of end product, and this is the sort of catch-22 that Amarim has, is Garnacho he can play on the shoulder still, and he can run in behind.
Well, damn.
I'll show you, KG. This is
8
unbelievable.
game run without a win for this West Ham side. We have to get our act together in the Premier League, though. This is not the most important, but come on, man. We have a duty of care to these fans. At least they keep talking about the fans. We can't let them down. You lot can't lose this game.
As things stand, KG, you can see the table right there. 17th. That is where Manchester United are in the Premier League. 17th. That is where we're at. Oh my God. 17th. Because we're playing 17th, playing West Ham. That is horrifying.
It's beyond concerning, mate.
Yeah.
You know that thing when he used to say to me all throughout Ten Hag's tenure about papering over the cracks?
Yeah.
Mate, the paper in this bad boy is insanity.
This is some major wallpapering going on.
Serious wallpaperage. It's just unacceptable, though.
The prof says, you said you don't mind papering, KG.
Yeah, but this is embarrassing, man. Jeez. I can't believe what we're...
Ball in. Oof, miscommunication. Sadi says, even if they win the final, United have to sell a lot. Well, this is the thing, is that if United were to win the Europa, what we have to do is be like, this is what we're saying, it doesn't salvage the season or suddenly we're amazing. We still have a lot to do in the summer. We're rubbish. You know what I mean? We're shocking. What do you call it in the thingy?
It's a disgrace.
It's a fucking disgrace.
It's a fucking disgrace. It's a fucking.
It is a fucking disgrace.
It's a fucking.
With 2 G's. Fucking.
Well then. I've never seen. You know what though? Unless we get players, Amarim's going to struggle next season. We have to buy him a whole.
Yeah, because we can't do anything in the Prem. We're nothing. Like,
it's an embarrassment.
Ahmad. Bar. Oh man.
Sometimes too late. Don't look back in anger. As you say.
Oh, fucking hell, Cage, you were 17th.
Jesus Christ, Hoyland. I've just seen that Hoyland shot. Oh my God. We suck. We do suck though, man.
We're so bad.
Wow.
They're doing the KG as well. 11 minutes to go to half time. Ball over the top. Don't know if it's leading to anything. We'll find out shortly. What a cliffhanger. No. Try to light cushion.
We stink, man.
Hoyle about it.
Can stink. We stink, man. We stink, man. Bloody hell. You kind of need what you're learning is you need Garnacho.
Yeah, that's what Amram's been playing, because you need to have that outlet to be able to run in behind or just go out wide, stretch people a little bit. You need something.
You need Garnacho.
You just need something, don't you? You need anything. And obviously, look, he can come on at the end and maybe stretch things, but still, it's not good, is it, KG?
Or you need to do the damn. But I think it's attitude as well. We're not playing this game with the right. But what's embarrassing is these guys are playing for a space in the final.
Yeah, well, and this is everything, isn't it? Like you said, this is the strongest team. This is what we've got. There's not going to be a bunch of changes really to this team from the final, really, is there? There'll be a couple, not loads.
If we don't win this thing, though, it gets different in terms of how people are feeling.
Absolutely.
We're just failures, man, in the Premier League. It really stinks.
Yeah. Ivor Clip says, is it fair to say 3-4-3 is not for the Prem? And Dan says, KG, we need the believing song.
But even that pass there that they tried to play for them in. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Lucky that cross went over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, you can tell the intensity from this Man United side. We're not playing like a serious team.
No, just kind of ambling around.
Yeah. And it's because the energy there is we don't care, but it's a bit scary because Amrin still needs to win games. Do you know what I mean? Like, what if we don't get 40 points this season?
Yeah, as of right now, still not 40 points. Again, 17th. We're as of things right now. And someone, to be fair, said it in the chat earlier on when I said we're playing West Ham, who at the beginning of the day, they're the worst of the rest. As of right now, we're the worst of the rest, KG.
And they're moving the ball around perfectly. Like
every other team below us got relegated. We're the worst of the rest.
Fucking hell, man.
Crazy that is. Manchester United, aside from the teams that got relegated, are the worst team in the Premier League at the moment. Like, that is crazy.
That is
crazy.
Grace. I need a coffee.
Larry says, anytime someone doesn't play, we say we need them. They play and we still lose. We're just shite regardless of who plays.
How is this my team right now? Come on, boys. I need, yeah, this game is killing me. This feels like an LVG special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ahmad? No, nothing.
Yeah, that's the message for a coffee.
KG's had the energy, the life just taken out of him. Hoyland's down now, holding his shoulder. Of course, remember, Cheeto is ineligible for the Europa League. So if he's got a legitimate injury, that's a concern.
That looks like a serious injury there.
Mm. He's eating his hand, Ruben Amorim.
Just bring on Cheeto, man. You're going to need him in his weird way of... Get him off.
I have a clip to the super chat says, today's not special, guys. This is what we do. And this, to be honest, KG, this is the game we were like, we might get something from, the last game we might get something from. Like, we got Chelsea on Friday and Villa in the final game of the season.
This is terrible.
Shit. Rubbish.
We have to do analysis. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Don't know how we're going to do that, mate. But you know what it is? It's the intensity and it's the reaction. We spent the whole build-up talking about everything else about this game. But our manager's got to get it together for next season, though.
You know, if you haven't already, click the like button. We're at closing in on over 700 likes. Let's see if we can get to 1K likes. We've got over 1,400 watching. Of course, the Europa League final. And this is the kind of thing, like we were chatting before the game, we were excited about the Europa League final. Yeah. Watching games like this makes me nervous for the Europa League final. Because you just get reminded, don't you? You just get reminded and you go like, oh yeah, I forgot. We're fucking rubbish. Like, we're bad. We're awful.
We just don't care like about this. We need to care about this competition more. Oh my
Man United.
God. It's the hardest match to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Man United fans are going through it more than... Like, no United fan deserves this.
No. Ball in.
Ball in.
Oh.
Goodness. This is garbage. I had more fun watching Boston versus the Knicks, and the Knicks let me down heavily. Like, it was that boring. Thank you, baby.
Coffee and banana bread. Did you have the banana bread?
No, it didn't come.
Is it all gone?
No, they're gonna let it cool. They're gonna do what you're supposed to do with cake and let it cool down, but I don't believe in that.
That means it's gotta go. It's gonna mean it's gotta go.
Oh, I'm gonna go and look for it. So
yeah.
I just don't want to score in this moment here. Ball in.
Head away. K-Flow's been a member for 18 months. Says, will we ever sing 2 wins in a row? Because it looks like we're never going to sing that. No, pick up United Strand. He's in trouble. Sabucio says, some of the ballers in our squad get away with murder. Kobe has been awful, non-existent. Well, this is when, some of these players don't play and they don't get and they don't start. They can't really complain. They've offered next to nothing today. I mean, Areola took an extra touch. Oh, goes out for a throw.
I could think of a lot of stuff better than doing this right now. That's mental, innit? We just have a good chance or something.
No, I mean, it looked like it might have an opportunity, but it didn't come to anything.
Okay.
Oh, you got the. Is that the banana bread? You got it.
No, just got digestive.
All right.
This is bullshit.
No.
This is,
Oh, well, that's a bit of a wrestle. Nothing.
Man United, just perform. We need signings, man.
How have West Ham, who've got literally nothing to play for at this point in the season, nothing. They're staying up. They've had a shit season. How are we more on the beach than them? We've got a final coming up. We've got literally our season on the line in 10 days' time.
This is rubbish. This is trash.
2 minutes of stoppage time.
By the way, is he going to be able to fix this, though?
Well, this is the thing that people are sort of saying, that obviously, let's say we win Europa, there's still a shit ton of work to do. Irrespective of what happens, basically, in 10 days' time, there is still so much that needs to be done. And still big questions, I still think, of Amorim. There will be. And Ineos and these players, everyone. Because, I mean, the pig's ear that they have made of this season is unbelievable.
We stink, man.
In first season
he's got to get
Ineos
better tune out
stewardship.
from these lot, though.
First season of Ineos stewardship, and
we're back up to 16th. Way! Stink, man.
It's so bad.
How we this shit, though?
And I said at the start of the stream as well, KG, that when I saw this team, I then said to myself, oh, shit, like we actually have to win today then. Because we played strong team. If we played the kids and lost, you go, well, we played the kids, it is what it is. But we played like a very strong team, and we've been awful.
It's not
Ariola hasn't had to do anything.
It's an attitude.
Oh,
I promise you it's an attitude. There's no intensity. There's no nothing. They're just chilling. These guys have not got in their heads that we don't play in the Premier League.
Yeah. There you go. That's halftime.
Well, what a half of football. So much to discuss. Who's your man in the match so far?
Well, I don't think we're going to be giving away a shirt, right now, KG. I mean, good grief.
I bet you at the end of the game we give away a shirt.
You think so? You still think we're going to win? We're going to turn it around?
Do something stupid. We're going to decide. We're going to decide to have a moment. Make this game interesting.
What gives you that faith?
Because it's just criminal enterprise, isn't it? End of the day, one thing I've learned is their minds are like criminal minds. I've learned how criminals operate. Let you down, hit you off, and then after
the unsub.
Yeah. So they're gonna what they're gonna do is go in there halftime, probably do something, come out, still stink it up, somehow manage to score, and then the whole team gets confident. And then after we go and score another one, and then after maybe hold on, game over.
I mean, maybe like you said, well, a bit like, when we played Southampton at Old Trafford, where for the large portion of the game, they were the better team, bit of Ahmad madness at the end. We won 3-1. Same when we played Ipswich, weren't amazing that game, but ended up winning. Same when we played Leicester, just got over the line. That this one might end up being the same. You're right. But it's bad.
What about Cobby and Mason in there together?
Well, this is the interesting thing, isn't it? That now, those players, when people wonder, they go, oh, why isn't Cobby getting a game in these big games, these Europa games? Why is this person? Why is not that person? Why is Garnacho starting these games? You can see why. Without that ability to run in behind or having a little bit of pace to, break free of the defenders, we've got nothing. We've got nothing because we're not very good on the ball anyway. So we just, and then we've got no pace, no willing to run in behind. It's rubbish.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Ghana gets a lot of heat on him, but one thing he's gonna do is gonna stretch it. So again, we have to bring him in. Kulusevski out with an injury. Really?
Ooh.
When? What did he start the game?
Interesting. I'll have a look. That's when you know it. That's when you know it's bad. We're just looking at injuries. Because Spurs are losing 1-0 against Crystal Palace.
All right, Peter, check your phone. I messaged you, man. You haven't got back to me. I don't think you know that it's me messaging you.
Luke Shaw was screaming at Højlund in the first half for failing to hold the ball, shouting, "Raz, come on."
He's going. Raz can't be the number one striker at Man United.
Striker. No. It's not working, is it? In the summer, I mean, we've got a million priorities. You could obviously say goalkeeper, striker, absolutely. Even the 10s, I mean, that's why we're going for Mateus Cunha, isn't it? Because you've got to have that combination of they're good on the ball, but actually a bit of pace, running behind, can score a goal. We're crap. Imagine Souček scoring against you in 2025.
We stink, bro. We stink, but it's not even just Kudus injury minor, apparently. Okay. Just get him off in it, wrap him in Cotwell. Bro, we stink, man. This is very concerning, bro. Like, there's no way to break this one down. Man United have a form.
That's our best chance. Our best chance was that ball over the top where Højlund kind of stuck his leg out for a bit. That was our height of creation in the first half.
What do you say? Okay, wicked. Yeah. Do that ASAP. Send it to Yo-Yo so you can send it to me real quick.
D Witness says, boys, side note, Leon are likely getting relegated due to financial reasons. They'll be forced us out. Ryan Cherky to Old Trafford next season. We need 11 new players next season at this rate.
Everything.
We need everything. And this is also why, and this is the other catch-22 part of it, this is also why that Europa League final is so important, because if we don't get into the Champions League next season, financially and from the pool of players we'll be picking from, we'll be stuck a bit. You know what I mean? We'll be like, we can't get rid of this player. Now, actually, we can't get that player we would have wanted to replace him. Like, we'll be stuck. We'll be.
And
that's why that finalist.
And he'll get sacked. He's gonna get sacked. You can't do this. What we are
so critical.
You cannot do unless he gets a whole set of brand new players. We can't do this ever again.
And also, like, if I know we're not 17th now, we're like 16th or whatever. But if we don't win that Europa League final and we do finish like 17th, like we said before, the pressure will be on from pre-season games. You know what I mean? The pressure, if he loses the first game of next season, that people will be like, well, nothing's changed, he's done. Like, it's that critical.
Bro, you talk about papering over the cracks and that, yeah? Brother, this is so serious, you know?
Yeah.
What we're getting through right now is it's mental. This is like it's cool because we're in a good situation what we find ourselves in. But this is
define good. You know what I mean? We've got a get out of jail free card. You know what I mean? We've got a get out of jail free card. That's what we've got.
Just win that game. That's why, you know, when I keep hearing Spurs fans say we need it more than you. No, you don't. We can't win a game. We can't be West Ham.
And our thought process is, well, you know, we're talking about we can't win again. We need it more. Like, there is a genuine feeling of, I think, with me anyway, it's like, if we don't win that Europa League final, we don't get in the Champions League, when is the next time we will be even able to? Because look at the slide we're on. look at the fucking slide we're on.
It's really concerning.
And as Idwise opens, it says there, it's right. The likelihood is that one of the teams in the Europa League final is going to finish the season 17th in the Premier League. That is the likelihood. As things stand, it's likely going to be Arsenal Spurs at
very
17th.
crazy, bro. That is beyond. That's beyond insane. You know, like there's no way to look at this thing, but like I'm beyond, like I can't hide it and say I'm not concerned. I'm concerned because if we don't win the Europa, these are the players he has to work with, and they all have to change their attitude.
Yeah,
they have to change their attitude.
And like we know he can only get so much out of them. He said it himself. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I know that people will get into this, that the whole like the rebuild and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, but when everyone was talking about the rebuild, nobody thought we were going to finish like 17th. Nobody. When people were like 10th, 12th, you know what I mean? Something like that, like a Chelsea when they were like mid-table-ish, but even with them, 17th. That is crazy. That's crazy.
Why even if we can't get carried away, if we win the Europa, we just got to enjoy it. We got in. What's the Europa's got to be? We got to weaken it, bro. We got to treat the Europa like a small team that's just won a major, like a big prize that can't believe they're like a great day out. We got to treat. We're a mid-table side, bro. That's doing.
And like I said, if you're not, regardless of what happens in the Europa, if you're not worried about next season, then you are blind. Because how can there not be worries? Because like the gulf of them. Because even if we improve significantly, KG, we only improve to like mid-table at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not. How do you go from 17th to like 4th or 5th? How? I mean, I know even look at we would say it about Forest, but even them, they're like, oh, they're dropping off a little bit. Like it's good. That is so concerning. If we improve considerably, we're still mid-table next season. Oh my God. That is so alarming.
Serious. The concerns are very real, bro. Like, it's actually ridiculous how the feelings that, like, we're in a bad situation and there's nothing. It's bad. This is bad. Like, there's no, even our first team's playing right now, bar Onana and Casemiro. That's it. Shit. And Maguire.
That's what I mean. Again, it's like still, yeah, you would say maybe Maguire might come in. Depends what happened with Delict, but you know, there's not huge differences. Dwayne with the super chat says, "I believe we will win. Ahmad, Bruno, Garnacho 3-1. Yes, get Garnacho in the game. Need direct player in one of those 10s.
Yeah, Garnacho.
RK says, win the Europa or sack him. He has made this club an embarrassment in the league. 17th. Erik ten Hag finished 8th, and then he won the FA Cup. Shameful. Pav says Rasmus scored 3 more goals this season than Ings. Bonehurt says, care about the next season after Europa. No injuries is all I care about these games before. Can lose all others otherwise. Spurs are very beatable. Giseldo says, KG, what about those gains? And Dwayne says, not going to lie, remember when we were having that conversation about relegation and we said, just don't get relegated and win Europa? Mission 50% complete.
Hey.
That would mean that, to be fair, Dwayne is right there because I remember those conversations of just at this point, just don't get relegated. I literally remember Flex saying that at this point, just don't get relegated. Don't get relegated. That's it.
That's true. Yeah, fair enough. He just needs to turn, like, I just want him to get a bit more out of these players, though. Just a bit more. But I get it. I understand. It's an attitude thing. You're not going to, if you don't want it more than them, yeah, I'm not going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, exactly.
You don't need to want it more than the team that you're getting up against. We're playing this team with a sense of, well, it's not Thursday. When I see guys tweet Thursday, like, don't worry, guys.
Immediately after the game when they've lost, immediately.
Like, you know everything I need to know. It shows me everything I need to know. Like,
yeah.
You man are now, and they haven't got the capacity to chase all of them. They've got the capacity to give their all and show up mentally for one game a week. That's where they are right now. So yeah, we until we get the pieces, that's going to inspire. Maybe 2 or 3 signings can inspire, but I'm terrified.
Even that. I mean, you go if you add 2 or 3 players this team, yeah, a difference, but how much? Like this is in my lifetime. I've never known anything like this. I've never known anything like from United. I've never
seen anything
in my lifetime.
No,
never.
I've never seen anything like this. There's nothing close to this. Like even Ten Hag, not Ten Hag, Louis Van Gaal sometimes because I was bored out of my mind.
I was
never
a season
been so
ticket
bored.
holder then.
Yeah.
Last season, I was a season ticket holder, and I went those games. Old Trafford was silent because it was so bad. It was awful.
Attack.
And even then, we're finishing like 5th and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And imagine we were like finishing 5th now. We'd be like, yeah, that's no problem. Go again for next season.
Yeah.
Never like losing the games like this. It's just insanity.
I'm gonna send you. Have you got like a VPN, by the way?
No.
Oh man, yeah, that's what I want for you then. No problems.
I mean, that's part of the positive is, you know, obviously this is a radio game, so we haven't been able to see it, which is a
That's
positive,
right.
you know
And
what I mean?
obviously,
You know.
to listen to all the DAB radio, you do need a VPN.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
to keep your things secure and stuff.
Yeah. Dwayne says free market. We have to be crafty with or without Champions League.
Yeah,
Crafty's an understatement.
that means Jonathan David, Tar, all of them lot. We need some new pieces, man.
Andre Gomez.
We need some guys that can run in behind as well. Like you're seeing already. Say how you feel about Garnacho. He's a better option than when it's just Kobe, and you need someone that's got the injection. So it's got to be, or it's a off the bench type situation. Kobe really needs to find his space in his team, but I'm going to give him a bly because it's his second season. First season was amazing. Second season, trying to develop into a new position. I'm giving him a let off, but so far hasn't taken to his position well yet. Are you with me?
Well, then, yeah,
He
well,
hasn't
and like I said,
he hasn't made himself undroppable yet.
no, and that conversation, you know, when the team news comes out for these big games and he's not playing, and people go, "Oh, why is Kobe not playing?" You can kind of see why, like, still just doesn't fit. You know what I mean? Just doesn't fit, and it's alarming.
David, did they say Jonathan David? Napoli, here we go.
Is that official?
I don't know. Let's check. That's a free player that we could have looked at.
But anyhow, like the you know, we don't get players quickly in the summer as well. The fan base will have a meltdown, no doubt.
Oh, Italia, not real good. No, wait. They've entered negotiations. I'm hearing.
You're hearing from your sources, KG.
Not from sports journalists. How many followers has he got? 342,000. Nicoli Sharia. Okay.
I thought you were hearing from KG tier 9 source. Well, you know, what are you tier 7 now?
Yeah. Oh man, because if we don't listen, I want us to do well in this free market. You know, we have to pick up a few. Like, do you know what signing that really pisses me off that we didn't get in the end? That Nuno Mendes, the one from PSG.
PSG. There's a few at PSG that we were linked to.
He is some player. All right, the players are coming back out.
As if we've got the nerve of playing the greatest over the tannoy at Old Trafford at the moment. I see her. The greatest. We're 1-0 down with He's 17th, mate.
He's stinking it.
The greatest. No.
You see all the players in the tunnel, yeah?
I've got Graham Potter. They're on the pitch.
They're right onto the pitch.
They're just about to kick off.
Okay, cool.
And we're off. Maybe. K-Flow says, why are we surprised? Varane says this was said this, and that was my main issue with that interview. It just shows the attitude in the side stinks. And MKC says, KG, next Pope is picked. No more auditions now.
All in.
Cuts it back. Oh.
Fine,
there could have been 2. It's nice to see that everyone, you know, took it all in at half time, KG. Big message got across.
Yep.
They're just shocking. Luckily, it's straight out behind there. We are at less than 150 likes away from 1K likes. If you haven't already, guys, click the like button. Not a lot to like in terms of performance, but you can click the like button. And 1K likes is a goal, so we need at least one.
Oh my goodness, man! You know what we said, that these criminals might just do something in it.
Yeah, just like I said, last 10 minutes they get 2 goals or something. I mean, like we said, we won 7-1 in aggregate against Bilbao. For large portions of that tie, we were shit.
But we have more attacking guile for some strange reason.
But for 70 minutes on Thursday, we were like that, weren't we? We couldn't pass the ball.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we just started scoring. We were like, oh, guess we can play now.
What time have you got?
47:02.
Yeah.
Moving forward, Harry MS. Luke Shaw.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
We'd love Carlos Tevez. Are you kidding me?
I take Carlos Tevez. Carlos Tevez is a good player, man. I loved Carlos Tevez, man. I hated how it ended.
Yeah, that front three of Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo. Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo, and a season with Berbatov in there as well. That's a front four. You know what I mean?
I'm saying now it's Rasmus Højlund.
And that's it. Rasmus Højlund with Cheeto on the bench.
We might get from all of that to what we have now.
Yeah. Oh, if you're taking the piss. Lenny Yoro's down.
Lenny.
Oh, he's holding his foot.
Get him off.
It looks like nothing.
I hate them ones when you're with no one.
Yeah, no one was around him.
Take him off. Get him off. Get him off.
Either way, yeah, Ruben, take him off. And it's his foot. Was he nervous with his foot? Because that's, of course, the one he broke.
Yeah, get him off. You don't need this, man. Oh, please don't be no metatarsal type thing. Oh, not no bones in the foot type thing, please, man.
The Honest Tiger says, who would be your starting 11 for the final? We spoke about it earlier on, but I definitely would have Lenny Yoro in it.
The Lit should be getting ready to go as well, isn't it? The Lit should be back for a potential final. Shaking his head. He's injured.
And like you said, he went down with like no one around him.
They're always the worst ones.
Oh, he's having the limp.
Or maybe he's just, when you feel something and you're smart and you say, let's not risk anything.
Problem is though, KG, I mean, this final, it's 10 days away.
That's what I'm saying.
10 days. Like now, even if it's something that's not that bad, like it's close now. You know what I mean? You go like, it's a race against time.
These modern day shin pads, they should just play without them now. To get into the stage.
I know.
There was one player that had the tiniest shin pads the other day.
Yeah, when Sancho was looking at him, wasn't
he? Yeah, like, that's not doing anything for you, mate.
I mean, it doesn't look good, does it?
I'm kind of metatarsally right there.
Yeah.
Oh, So we didn't get nothing we've asked for. No injuries, player injuries.
No injuries. We're losing. Maguire and Lindelof are coming on.
Mazraoui, potentially.
Man United, man. We're so screwed. The next thing will be like Ahmad goes down or some shit like that, won't it?
Shut up. Don't do that.
But you know what I mean?
Don't do that. That's getting too far. This game has been harder for us to watch. I think we're the man of the match if we get through this.
Yeah.
And all the people at home.
Well, Luke Shaw's coming off now. And like they're saying...
I know what that is. That's getting Luke Shaw. That's just protecting Luke Shaw just in case we're going to have to need him in the final.
You reckon? He's like, well, Luke, I guess you might be starting now.
Luke, you might be playing. I've got to protect you now. I can't take any risk with Luke. Are you with me? With
Maybe.
that? Yeah, that's got to be. That's what that Luke one's about. He wants a left footer as well, innit?
Yeah. It's just wild, isn't it? Let's see. We go from suddenly a bit of positivity,
free scoring side,
and then
no shots on target, mate.
Just to being screwed. Oh my god. Now I'm even more pissed off with, like you said, losing and possibly the player that we're saying is like generational player amazing injured.
Again, Heaven. Can we get Heaven back in 10 days? He's not going to be
like 10 days. This is the thing, though, Cage, isn't it? 10 days is no time at all.
They're going to try and force Maddison back as well, though.
Oh, Forest has scored 2-1. We're about 100 likes away from 1K likes, guys. If you haven't, go on. Shoot! Asking for a pen. Jared Gillett's not having it. Just shakes his head.
You've got to look at it again.
I don't know if they'll give it.
Soft.
I mean, you're right, KG. This is painful to watch, isn't it? It really is.
It hurts, man. This is like you should get an award.
Another one.
Yeah, like
SJ finished the game award.
Literally, I think we should get that for that. Because this is a joke, mate. Saying he grabbed me. Step over. Yeah, I imagine you're not going to get a penalty for that, bro. You got to be kidding. Grab or no grab? Ball in.
And to think, KG, you were going to go to Bilbao for these criminals. Go short. That's well worked. Cross goal. Well, Maguire's gone down. He says he was pulled.
Can we get a pen?
No, ref's not having it. Ball in. Oh, no.
Is it something they need to check later?
Probably not. In all honesty, probably not.
because that's what happens. Most times they have to go, and when they start the game, VAR checking. Usually, there you go.
Yeah, it's been checked and cleared. Yeah,
thanks a lot.
Good radio commentary.
Oh, it's weak from Harry Maguire. It's poor.
Pranav says if we have to Maguire and Lindelof in a final, I have to play Maguire and Lindelof in a final. Dan says I don't care about the result, protect the players. I've already, a loss and an injury to Lenny Yoro is just
yeah.
Ivor Clips says we would be Rodriguez. Ivor Clips says we would be top 6 if Erik ten Hag stayed for the season. I don't know. Well, to be fair, I don't think we would with that. The form has just stayed the same. We've been relegation form all season. It's just never got better.
Yeah, we would have won the league if Ten Hag was still here.
Here comes Kudus. Shoots. Cross goal, Wan-Bissaka, 2-0. Wan-Bissaka's got another assist. Well, he's got an assist, KG.
We stink, man.
KG, we're fucking dreadful. We are dreadful. And this is, again, the worst of the rest. Worst of the rest. And they're actually kind of like playing us off the park now. We are so bad.
Agate, how's that happen? Look, but Maguire just gets, they go around him for fun. Mazraoui, oh, that's embarrassing. Look at them. That's embarrassing. Look at them.
Look at Wan-Bissaka far forward as well. Ball across. Manages to find him in between the center, in between the
playing
defenders.
Within themselves. Aguate's got to push that ball forward.
We're shocking. Absolutely awful. This game we're not coming back from, by the way, but we've lost this one.
Oh, yeah. So,
I know if it was in Europe, you could say, all right, fair enough, you never know. But we ain't doing shit in this game.
That's embarrassing. Agate, the pass to Ahmad was there. Maguire steps in, can't get there. Lindelof, that back free. It's horrid. This is a disgrace.
Dorgu's on for Dorgu and Garnacho are on.
Yeah.
In case of Ugarte, Mason Mount.
Ugate's had a stinker.
He has had a stinker. He had one Thursday as well, didn't he?
Stinker on Thursday, yeah.
And like we were saying, I wouldn't be like furious if we had rested and rotated, but this is our strongest team, one of our strongest teams, bar a couple of players, and we're awful.
If you've got no
exactly,
concern,
how can you not? How can you not have concerns?
Crackhead.
Everyone's got to have concerns, man. I've never seen a side so shit in my life. It's the worst Man United team in the history for me. In my
Pranav
history,
says PSG sought Ugarte for Neves. He says it all. Oh yes, definitely. How can it not be? Like you said, we're apart from the teams that got relegated, we are the worst team in the league. And it's not even hyperbole. That is a fact.
What was Ugarte thinking there? I'm telling you, that Al Hilal, he's just holding that money thinking. He's holding on to that deal, saying,
they're negotiation
saying, I'm
leverage is
gonna
getting stronger, isn't it?
bro. We're 17th, bro.
Yeah, he's like, and he's also like, mate, you need money. How haven't they scored? How haven't we scored? Go and actually miss the sitter. Get back post, 3. Oh, how have you side netting?
The fans are singing your effing shit.
Yeah. As much as we were cussing out Graham Potter, he's schooling us here. Like, what the hell?
We're an embarrassment. I'm so used to losing. It's ridiculous. What's this, 17th loss of the season?
Yeah, what would this be? Premier League. It will be loss number, 17. As things stand, we're 16th and Spurs are 17th. 2 teams in the Europa League final, 16th and 17th in the Prem. One of them is going to be in the Champions League next season. Oh my God.
Damn.
Clinton says, I'm half expecting Matisse to give KG a call.
It's just shit. Look at Wan-Bissaka living a greater life.
Literally, he's been involved in both goals. If when Wan-Bissaka was sold in the summer and we said, oh, you realise he's going to go to West Ham and they're probably going to finish like, I don't know, 15th, you'd have gone, okay, we've done well. He's finished above us. Finished above us.
I would have probably tried. I would have sin binned you if you said to me at the start of the season, it's going to sell Wan-Bissaka and he's going to finish above us and they're going to finish 15th. I'd literally call you every name under the sun.
No, you press the crackhead button over and over.
Yeah.
Crackhead.
Only for that to be a reality.
Yeah. Abraham says, this is shocking. Can't play like this. Oh my God.
He's so lucky he's in this. He's so lucky he's in this Europa League final, you know. He'd be under serious pressure.
Yeah, well, yeah, like you said, if we had gone out to Bilbao or Lyon, then I think there would have been, look, we didn't want to sack him, but this is getting untenable. You know,
it'll be cool for his head, for sure.
There are anyway. There are anyway, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the way that there was that thing of, if Spurs win Europa, regardless of what happens, Ange's going to go or get the sack.
Yeah.
There'll be someone that will be saying the same thing about Ruben. They'll be like, I don't care, I've seen enough. We're going to get anything from this? Ball in. Header.
Oh, shut up, Hoyland.
It was just a flick on by Hoyland.
How have we done this? How are these criminals in the we said it, bro. How are these criminals in the final? These guys. How have we done that?
Dwayne says, yeah, I lied. No 3-1, but no relegation in Champions League. Matt says, Shaw has 100% tweaked the muscle. You can see him in minute 46 slip, start limping and holding his hamstring. And Dixon says, why'd Ruben pick Yoro to start this game? Blind me. That's what I mentioned at the start. This is the risk you run, isn't it? You know, if you play, if no one got injured today and we win this game, you go, well done, Ruben, momentum. But what's happened is he's played a very strong team with 2-0 down, and we picked up a couple of injuries.
Like, it's not even close to the.
Ball in. And now Ruben has to have this dilemma of, do I chase this game and potentially get more injuries and what have you and exert some players, or do I just fold and go, look, we've lost. I cut some of the more important games Europa won in 10 days.
It's going to be, we have to be a completely different side. We're going to have to be so different.
And actually, it's not even going past. Safe foul there.
We're going to have to be so different. Jeez, man. We're going to have to be literally water to wine settings. It's going to take a miracle to fix this team for next season.
Dwayne says, the final we got to do Eric Ten Hag chaos ball and scumbag it. And this is the other part of it. That final, that's going to most likely be a terrible game. You've got two really bad teams. Horrid teams.
I don't even care. But
no, I don't care.
I don't care how we win it. But
Wamby sliding in, leaving a bit on him. And West Ham are shit as well. Beat us 2-0 this week. It was Ten Hag's last game as well at the London Stadium, wasn't it? And that day when we played West Ham, for like the first half or was it like 50 odd minutes, we actually were way better. We should have been like 4-0 up. And we just missed all those chances. Remember, Dallo missed the open goal.
Oh, crap, man.
Fast forward to the end of the season, they're actually outplaying us. Angelo says, I'd rather be in Arsenal's position. We're crap. And Mawao says, I'm at the point where I'm happy to sell Mainu. And John says, Howard Ugarte was thinking of only backwards when the whole space in front of him was free. That was criminal. That's the mindset of the team.
Yeah, so many issues, man. I just can't believe this game has been a hard watch.
It really has. Man United have not threatened in the slightest. We've conceded 2 goals. It's been slow, boring, laborious. Just nothing.
Like, if I am Bilbao or any of those teams, I'll be thinking, we let these.
Well, I was thinking that the other day. I was thinking, I wonder what the reaction has been like in Spain, because surely they must have been like, how did we lose it? Man United are rubbish. Ganech. Shot blocked. Like, I mean, I suppose it depends what happens with Bilbao where they finish in the league, but that could be a sackable offence, losing 7-1 in aggregate to this Man United team.
to this team.
Mess slices it. Flick on. Ganach. A mess. Ball in. Nobody there.
Give the band something to chant for, man.
Good grief.
Water. This sucks, man.
KG's taken on mad fluids in this game. He's had like 2 drinks. He's had coffee, water.
Just trying to stay awake, mate.
He's just trying to Oh. How is this team unbeaten in Europe?
It's an attitude. You can't tell me this ain't an attitude. This doesn't even make sense. It has to be an attitude. But we need the attitude for the Premier League.
This kind of this again with this group of players you've got out there cannot be tolerated. It can't.
I don't know if it was wise. Our manager told them that we're all just going for one competition.
Mm. But then, like I said, playing the strong team, and then particularly now, if Yoro and Shaw are injured,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, bones coming off.
oh my God. This game's been horrid.
And this is when it goes back to KG. You know, we're talking about like, I remember we had that argument before when you said, oh, they had a week of training. This is the thing where it's like, no extra weeks of training is going to make any difference to this group of players. It's not. So we've got 2 options, which is we literally changed near enough the whole squad, bar a couple of players, or you look at the manager and go, how much can you get out of these players? What happens? And I think if you're Ruben, you look at that Europa League final and be like, that probably is his United career on the line. He probably won't get sacked. You know what I mean?
But he has to
if
think
he lost it. But long term, he would be thinking, I'm a dead man walking. He must.
Yeah.
Go on. Best opportunity, Ahmad. Across. Hoyland. Of course you don't score. Of course you don't score. Rasmus 1-on-1. No.
Oh. Was there a good pass from Ahmad?
I don't know.
It wasn't the best of passes as well.
Sabucio says, sure, it's not injured. Amram called him over and took him off. But you never know, Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw gets subbed and we don't see him for like 9 months. There's a chance for Maguire.
Actually, it's a good pass, you know. It's a good pass into him. It's a good enough pass. No excuses. You stink, man.
It's like we've only got a certain amount of goals in us. Harry, what are you doing? We've only got a certain amount of goals in us, so we just used them all up. Or only a good amount of play in us, so we used them all up in Europa. Yeah.
Take them off of Europe, innit?
This is awful.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can officially say this is the worst we played this season.
Oh, and you know what the crazy thing is, KG? These Premier League performances are getting worse.
Scary.
You know, like we were, you know, when we had that argument a few weeks back, and you were sort of saying, "Wow, you know, it's actually been getting a bit better some of the performances." But the last 3 or 4 Premier League games, it's got worse.
We're just shit.
Like Bournemouth, it was bad. Brentford in sections, of course, it was bad. This has been awful. The hope that we might have, and like you said, we were saying before, is that there's still 50 minutes left, and we do have it in us to scumbag a couple of goals.
I don't know
against a team that's not very good, like West Ham.
I don't know where them goals are coming from.
Ahmad, Bruno. Ayush says 25 games, 6 wins, 6 draws, 13 losses, 24 out of 75 points.
How much?
Header!
Harry Maguire looking like our biggest attacking option.
Again, yeah, literally. Should probably do better. Yeah, so 24 out of a potential 75 points. Ruben Amorim. He's got more at the moment, more losses than wins and draws combined. And the thing is, this is when people will even naturally be having the conversation, KG, of, you know, if we win Europa, it will obviously save him for now. But but long term, is it enough to save him? You know what I mean?
Just give him borrowed time vibes, man. You have to be so careful, man.
Because like let's say we do win Europa and we're in the Champions League next season. We have a bad start to the Champions League because obviously it's the league phase, whatever. Do you think Ineos panic and go, tell you what, we need to stay in this competition. We need that money.
This is going to be a manager that literally is just super fortunate, like, because he's showed us nothing to give him. There's nothing's been shown for us to believe, but we're just believing. Yes, we got Europe, but we need to get out together in the Premier League.
You still can't get 40 points, KG. We're still not on 40 points. We've been doing the whole get to 40 points thing for like how many weeks, months?
We're not going to get 40 points.
No, we're not going to get 40 points. We're genuinely, there is a high likelihood we're going to finish a Premier League season not on 40 points. Oh, Leicester have scored 2-2.
Oh, Jones.
Ball in. Flick on. How have we not scored? We're not scoring, KG. We're not scoring. If we were ever going to score, it would have been then. I don't know. We haven't scored. I want to see a replay of it.
I'm just about to watch it now.
Bruno, you're having a shot from that fucking halfway line.
I'm scared to. He's taking it.
Hoyland, how haven't you scored? The replay's even worse, KG.
One-on-one, I've seen it.
Oh my God, Rasmus. I mean, the only way he scored midweek is because he was literally that far out and it was an empty goal. I mean, the keeper's done well, but not scoring that's criminal. That is so criminal.
Number 9, mate. You need a number 9, mate.
Oh my God.
You can't miss that. It's pathetic. The shot is pathetic, bro. Look at this. Finish that. Got Lindelof on the follow-up. But I'm saying it's intensity. And it's intensity and willing.
Oh, Hoyland, you fucking... It's just passable back to a... Shocking. Absolutely shocking. And I know people can do the whole, the service thing and all that, but it's like 3 yards out.
You got to finish that. If you're Fox in the box, that one you take.
Michelle says, if we don't get Champions League, no one will sign for this crap. And Giselda says, he's got to go, blood.
I forgot Manning was playing.
Mm.
God.
Keeps it in. Amass. Hernandez, wasn't good enough. Ahmad. Mazraoui ball in. And someone says it in the chat. Like, for all of the talk, he doesn't get service. Rashford could have had 2 goals in this game.
Easy.
Ball in. Mazraoui.
Is Mason Mount still on? He gone?
No, he got taken off.
We stink.
Here's
man.
one, KG. Who would you rather have, Højlund or Weghorst?
Honestly, don't know. Weghorst was shit as well. Weghorst was horrid as well.
Would you have Højlund or Gallo?
Gallo, easy.
Ahmad's been
Remember when we
taken
were
off.
playing for-
Ericsson on.
Fuck's sake.
John P says he's the worst United striker in our history.
Jesus Christ. Do you know what I'm only caring about? The thing that's pissing me off is I'm just trying to forecast for next season. And if we don't get, if he's not back to the market, we're fucked.
Because you're right, Casey. Even the even if the Europa League final does go our way, you then just the worries that you have for next season, they don't just disappear just because we got in the
They're
Champions
not gone.
League.
Yeah, they're still very much present.
Dorgu. Edge of the box. Ericsson. Oh. And to be honest, is that a foul? It's been given. The amount of faith, actually, we're putting into really one transfer window for this to be turned around is...
That's how we need to win it.
That is
That's why
honest.
you need to win
Think of
Well,
the
you
faith we
sure.
are putting in that.
That's why he needs to win it.
We're basically going, if we have a transfer window, this isn't going to happen next season.
It's the most in transfer.
Holy shit.
It's the most important transfer window of our lives.
Oh my God. So our basically entire future hinges on a final and a transfer window. Amass.
So many. We just missed so many chances. You lost stink.
If you haven't already, click the like button. I think we're over 1K likes. And the thing is, I bet, because we've had some chances towards the end of this game, this is when the XG stuff will come out again. And people are like, yeah, but the XG. But you go, but look at the totality of the game.
This one, it's just
like,
shit.
Yeah, look, we've had more possession. We've had more shots on target. But when have we ever felt like, oh, we're really going to score? We've really been in control of the game. We haven't been. You know, this is when this is what I say.
And Rasmus has had a one-on-one and then
I know, which again will be like, oh, see, XG, high XG, but it doesn't tell the story of the game, does it? Like, it doesn't. Well, we can create chances and have a lot of the ball when we're 2-0 down, and the opposition teams, of course, are going to back off, and we're going to get chances.
Yeah.
When it was 0-0, we did nothing. Like anyone can create chances 2-0 down 85th minute.
Dude, this
You know what I mean?
They've treated the Old Trafford faithful like shit, man. These players as well.
Nah, nothing's happening.
Oh, I'm worried for next season, man.
Just now?
Not just now, just I've been worried. That's where my frustration's coming from. Does this game matter in the long run? Not really, but it's what it's what it signifies. What are you lot gonna be like next season? Ambasaka's giving given goals. Oh my god.
Oh God. He's through on goal, KG. He's through on goal.
Yeah.
Back.
That's bullshit. Like Ganacho that lost the ball there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you can't play a game and they want it more than you. You're fucked.
Yeah.
They're doing olays,
And again, and then yeah, this is the part when I say about these stats, because people will start doing it. I know, like for instance, I know tomorrow for a fact it'll get brought up but XG, and actually if you look at the stats, we were dominating this. No, 2-0 down.
It's not professional, man. It's not professional at all. It's just not professional.
Literally, the two teams in the Europa League final are 16th and 17th, both losing 2-0 today.
You don't even want to pass it into Rasmus fucking Højlund. Even in them moments there. Yeah, we need so much, man.
And this is the other thing. Like West Ham have looked, all right today, and they're shocking. They're rubbish. Ashan says teams Man United have beaten this season: Fulham, Southampton, Ipswich, Leicester, Brentford, and Man City. 3 of these teams have been relegated. Minus 11 goal difference.
It's a serious concern, bro.
And this is also why if we do win Europa, obviously we're going to celebrate, but there will have to be in the aftermath that not carried away of like, okay, we fixed it, we're fine, we scammed it, because it's like
we're gonna take it as a great day out.
But that's what we need to learn from last season in the FA Cup, because we fought that. You know what I mean? We glossed over it way too much, didn't we? It was just a bad season.
Jesus. Look at that. Is that Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka far forward.
3-0 at home.
Look at them. Olays playing it around Old Trafford, KG.
Is this the West Ham way that they're talking about?
Maybe so.
It's fucking a joke, bro. You're taking a piss.
I mean, it's 6 minutes of stoppage time, and we're not even like really looking at it like, oh, something could happen. We're just like, oh. Jason says, I'm actually being serious. I would start Harry Maguire as a striker against Tottenham. Adan's Studio says, you shameless guys are playing the Europa League final just like that. Any one of you are going to get cooked really bad.
Luckily, it's both of us because we can all go into this final without winning a game. In the Premier League.
We probably will, because this was going to be the one if we were going to get anything. Chelsea and Villa, who still have legitimate, Champions League football to try and play for in the league.
We just have to remember.
If we can't get bored against a team that's got nothing to play for.
We just got to remember we have to remember that's the objective. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
16th versus 17th for a place in the Champions League. And to be honest with you, I think kind of irrespective of because of how bad this is getting, irrespective of what happens in the Europa League final, there's still going to be massive pressure on Amorim, I think, beginning of next season.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
what level of pressure is it going to be?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He knows, though. Amorim must know.
If he wins the Europa League final, it buys him a little bit of time. Actually, not even really that much,
It's
to be
just for
honest
us.
with you, but a bit of time. But if he doesn't,
Europa League's gonna just be for us, mate. I'm telling you.
I wouldn't genuinely. I wouldn't even be shocked if we finish 17th and we don't win Europa. I wouldn't be shocked if there are conversations about actually, do we just press abort on this here because this ain't good. We got money to spend and this isn't going right. I wouldn't even be shocked.
They won't do that because Ineos, they have to back.
But Casey, you finished 17th. You finished 17th. You brought a manager in, and if you finish 17th and you don't even get out of it, I think there genuinely would be that conversation of who's available. Well, Ancelotti's available over the summer. Or so and so is available over the summer. Oh my God, Ward-Prowse. Oh, should have been free.
I'm telling you, man, it's an attitude. They stink. The scene on proceedings, mate. The game's over. They're just not professionals. They're not professionals, man. They have to win this cup. They've got no. Oh my God, it's beyond the cup. This might be the last cup we win for a long time. You do realize that, right?
But we're doing this again. Here we go. This is the annoying thing. Where is it? Here, where it says, you all blame Amorim. I don't see him on the pitch. I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. Players are rubbish criminals, but as the Man United coach, if you finish 17th in the Premier League, shit players or not, you're fucked. Like you're screwed. Like you are. Do you see manager X on the pitch? Just there has to be a line. There has to be a line of accountability. You just can't. You just can't.
Can't believe I've got through this game. I'm so proud of myself.
Like it's literally players players, obviously, if they finish 17th, they should get released. They should, obviously. But everyone should. It's a total failure from everyone involved. Football doesn't work like that, where you can, with Man United, you can finish 17th and be like, oh, it's not on me.
Of course it's... Thank God we're finished.
Full time.
Made it. League double. West Ham. First time in 18 years. Oh. League double, mate. League fucking double. That was brutal. That was brutal. That, you know, when you say you get tested as a Man United fan, that was my test today. That was my test. How much do you love this club? I watched that shit on a hot summer's day. I should be packing. Getting all the stuff out. It's absolutely embarrassing. It's an embarrassment, mate. That's what it comes down to. No words.
How do you even put any analysis on that? I mean, you look at, Højlund. Again, we know it's not Man United striker. Can't even score an open goal at this point. That's basically how he scored on Thursdays. Ahmed put it literally on a plate. He missed 2 chances. I know that people will do XG and they'll do shots on target. They go, yeah, but the stats we dominated. We start making chances when we're 2-0 down because West Ham back off. West Ham go, we're 2-0 up at Old Trafford. All right, then we'll back off. And then suddenly we can create chances. So spare me the statistical bullshit. The most important stats ultimately are you winning the game? Winning the game first. Then you get into sustainability of style of play, blah, blah, blah. You got to win the game first. You have to. And now we're looking at Lenny Yoro. He's come off injured. Who knows if he's going to even be available? Luke Shaw came off. Is it precautionary or is he going to disappear for 9 months? There's the real possibility of us finishing 17th. Spurs are in 17th at the moment. We're in 16th. And I think the worry is now, regardless of what happens with that Europa League final, is like you said, KG, you now look towards next season and you go, how can you not have concerns or worries about that? Because irrespective of if we win a trophy, Champions League or not, the amount of work you have to do regardless to turn that around and make that into something sustainable next season, I don't even know how you do it. I don't know. It's just going to be a case of if you win the Europa, you're just under a little bit less pressure, but you're still massively, because it's been that bad that even the first, when we said, oh, if he wins Europa, people won't be looking at preseason fixtures. I think they will regardless now. I think they will regardless.
Do you know what's so crazy? Now you're looking at this thing and saying to yourself, if we what do we have to do, mate, to make this work?
Well, that's what I said. We're now into that territory.
Now you're saying to yourself, 12th, 10th is major progress for Man United next season.
And also with that
is absolutely insane.
We're saying about the transfer window. Well, he just needs to get his players in. What if Ruben Amorim gets his players in? What we're gonna be challenging top 4? We're 17th, like you said. We could take it in chunks. We got to go to 10th, and if we finish 10th next season, what we're going to do this time? Win the Champions League, and that's how we're going to be in the Champions League again. Like inevitably, with the trajectory that we're going, we won't have Champions League football after next season, really. And we're said about how we need it to thrive, survive, and the cuts and the spending.
This is a horrible run.
I genuinely think it is a case now with this Europa League final. It's just a case of everyone trying to buy themselves time now, because think about it. How if we don't win that and we're not in the Champions League next season, how can you finish 16th or 17th and ever come back from that?
Well, no, you have to say that he's Jesus Christ. I don't even know what to say, mate. I've got no words. What has to happen for this manager is we win the Europa. They bring in 5 or 6. That's all we can do. 5 or 6 who have a big impact on the squad. That's all you can do. That is all you can do, mate. It's scary times, bro. But that's literally, I can't tell you anything better than that. Can't tell you football wise that they're gonna get it. But 5 or 6 starters, then you might have a chance.
I mean, this is the interesting thing. Someone says here in the chat, where is it? Flex's fake call says, you lot are confusing. It's either this game didn't matter in the first place and it's Europa all in, or get him out, we are dead. The issue is with that is he played his best team. He played arguably, bar maybe 1 or 2 players, his pretty much best team today.
No, but they need to understand context.
So concerning.
They need to understand context. We're not saying get him out. We're saying the change for next season has to be dramatic, is the point that we're making.
Yeah, and like the work to be done.
It's not about, we understand that. We go into Europa, we play Europa, we try all in on red. Yeah. Now we're thinking, okay, but next season, what about this form? Because you can say they just didn't want to play because they're not taking this competition serious, but you have to perform better in the Premier League. Is the major part of this. So we have to fix this part of our game, or we're in trouble. Like the form, we haven't got 40 points. There's 3. How many games left? 2 games left. There's 2 games.
And you know what?
2 games left in the season.
2 games left. Two games left.
And we haven't got 40 points.
No.
Do you understand? To be relegated in oh my god.
I like the analogy there. We say bet on red. Do you know what this is like? This is like having a business, yeah, and the debts have piled up. You know, you own a shop. You're not selling what you need to be selling, and you go, look, I've got all I can do now is go to the casino, bet what I've got on red, like you said, and if we win, we'll be out the shit. And you go to the casino and you bet on red, and you go, I can't believe it. We're gonna last for another year or so, or another, however long it is, because we bet on the red. We've got the winnings, but you haven't really fixed anything, because you go, you do realize, like in a couple of years, we'll still end up like we were before, because like we're not selling stuff, we're not selling products, we're still not. That will happen again. So the point is that yes, we can bail ourselves out, we can get the out of jail free card, which we need. Obviously, that's what we want, but like the aftermath of that, of what you have to actually do to fix it so you don't end up back in this situation again, is so alarming. So alarming. And I don't know, across the board with obviously with the players, we know they're not good enough, so they'll need to go. With the coach, how can you not have question marks over someone that's won 6 games? With the board, with Ineos, what, they're going to get us out the shit? We're in 17th in their first season of full stewardship of Football Matters. We know the Glazers aren't going to do fuck all. So like,
you can't have players like,
it's just faith, isn't it? It's just faith that it's gonna be all right.
Luckily, we can't have players like Shaw, Lindy, that we're still hoping for and relying on in games like that, because there's still some of that bullshit defending at the back as well. So we just they need to be gone. We need change, like severe change. Like, I just hope this manager can do it. There's nothing to define that he's the man to do it, because this is absolute garbage. What we've done is the worst. It's bad, bro. I'm telling you now, like, and that's why I was getting frustrated. I'm not frustrated about this result. It's what this result really represents for us next season. So many teams have done the league double over us, and we can't afford to lose these games. You can't afford, like, because are they in a rut now where this is who they are as players, so they can be good for Europe and do this in a league? The fact we haven't got 40 points is crazy. That's crazy. That's a damning indictment. How many wins has he had? He's had
is it 6 in the Prem?
Out of 20, out 21.
I think what they said, it was 24 points out of potential 75 or something.
But I think it was 6 wins out of a possible 25 or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Owen, it's serious, bro. It, like, literally, we're not gonna just paper over when someone puts like duct tape on the engines in Pimp My Ride and the exhibit comes to fix it. We've done that.
Well, and this is why when we, the day of the first leg, when we were having that argument on the Trinity, And look, I openly hold my hands up that I was wrong because I didn't see that we could do that, win that game. And you were right. They're criminals. That's what they do. But this is the reason why, I myself was negative, because this is what they're capable of, and we see the good that they're capable of. And we also see the bad more often than not, what they're capable of. And my worry is, yeah, we might have to get our jail free card this season, but next season, we're just not going to get that. Like we're not. So unless there is like a serious change, I'm looking at the players going, can they get better? Are they going to get us out of it? No, of course they're not. No. I'm looking at Ruben going, is he going to get us out of it? He has to be backed. And then you go to, and even if he is backed, is he good enough to get us out of it in the Prem? At the moment, you would say no. There's no evidence to suggest that he would. Ineos, are they good enough to back him and bring in these great transfers? At the moment, you'd probably say no, because in their first couple of transfer windows, we've ended up 17th. And these are the uncomfortable conversations we've got to have.
This is the part that I want people to listen to, yeah? When we're talking about Amorim and saying, is this on Amorim? It's not all of that in per se, right?
No.
What you have to listen to is, if Amorim doesn't get the players he needs, let's say he loses, yeah? He can't go and get the big targets, which means he has to work with the squad that's here now. For some strange reason or wherever, he can't motivate these guys to do what they need to do in the Premier League. They have to get that. They have to fix that side of the game. Premier League.
In fairness, that's what Flex was saying, wasn't it? That in fairness, that this is what Flex has been saying for quite a few months now about this. And I know whenever we bring this up, people get really twitchy and they get really pissy about it. And they go, no, you can't talk about the coach. You can't talk about the manager. We have to be, honestly, a bit more mature as a fan base to be able to have these conversations of, it should be better. Like, they're terrible. They're bad. 17th at Manchester United, regardless of criminality, is not acceptable. And the players will suffer for it because they will go, and the manager will have to suffer for it because that cannot be tolerated. It can't. People within the club, if they don't have a good transfer window, they'll go because they'll be like, you should have brought players. Look at Dan Ashworth. They got rid of him. They weren't happy with it. Underperformed. Out. It'll be the same with players. It'll be the same with managers, and it should be the same with executives too. That is, there's how low you can go, but any 17th at Manchester United is you cannot do that. And if you bring up Amorim's name and you get defensive about that, then that's more on you, because you've got to have those conversations. And if fair play to KG, because even you said you can't look to next season and you go, well, he's already, regardless of whatever happens now, whatever outcome then it happens in the next 3 games, he is already in trouble for next season. How can he not be?
Look, like, it's not all on the manager. I think people...
No, of course not.
I hate the fact that... Do you know what's so annoying, though? You lot in the chat, please try to understand just context.
There's nuance,
Is this the manager's fault? Is this the manager's fault we're in this position? Not entirely. But does the manager have to get better than 17th out of the actual playing squad right now? Yes. Does the manager have to get more than 6 wins out of a potential 25? Yes. These are all stuff that we should all be agreeing on. So it's not blaming the manager, but the manager has to do better than this. Now we're saying, well, we need to have a do or die summer. Yeah. If, like, let's say we win the Champions League, win the Europa, we have to have the type of summer where you're like 10 out of 10 summer. We need a 10 out of 10 summer. We don't have a 10 out of 10 summer. Amorim has to work within a budget with a lot of the same players that are here currently. You look at this form that we're in now and not getting a serious window. What does the numbers tell you? The fact that we're near the end of the season and we're looking for 40 points. So this is not an Amorim out speech. It is, guys, I think we should all be concerned because, yes, we'll paper over the cracks. And I don't mind because I would like the day out. I want the day out. I would want to live. I want to lift that trophy. But in the backdrop of that is, well, a lot of these players will be returning and they have this form.
Yeah, and I want to get there's for every person in the club, there is always a level of accountability. It always is, you know. And it's not like I said, KG, whenever you bring up the conversations about managers or players or whoever, it's not like, oh, you just want him out. But if Ruben Amorim, right, if he wins the Europa League, he can at least say to Ineos, look, it was shit, but I did something in the end. But I did it in the end. I've given you a trophy. I got Champions League football. That was my remit coming in. And I don't even know if he necessarily expected it. I know the league was shit, but I did it. All right. So now here, back me. If he doesn't get that, then Ineos, of course, they'd be right to turn around to him and go, well, you did have quite a lot of the season. And I know the players are rubbish and I know the stuff we said, but 17th, mate, like that's bloody we can't, that can't be tolerated. And a lot of the players, they'll be like, again, we can't tolerate that. These are normal, like, just again, accountability conversations. If you're working in if you work in an office and you manage a team and people go, why aren't you getting the results we expected you to? And your first thing, wow, the people there are shit. They'll look at you and go, well, this is what you've got. So you've got to deal with it. We can get players later. We can get other people in later on, but that would take time. Can you do something now? Because what we can't afford to do is go out of business, basically, and just be the worst.
How would it be better? The flip side, the positive side of the argument is you sign a better striker than Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund had 2 or 3 chances today. He missed all of them. He had a one-on-one, missed that. Had a simple toe poke, missed that as well. Yeah? Obviously, today's not on Onana. It wasn't his fault. Buying there, I can't remember if he done anything wrong today. What he needs is a serious striker that they can trust. That's key. You need 4 key players that's going to make a serious impact on this team. So you're going to need a good decision maker in the 10. You're going to need your wing backs to be on point. You need so much, man. But I feel like I can find a position all over the pitch that we need help in. Bro. Damn. We need so much, bro. We need a new goalkeeper, a new striker, some 10s, a new midfielder.
And I think, and this is when
a new right wing back, or right wing back cover.
And we need, like I said, that level of investment, that level of overhaul. And I do think that those within the club would go to the person asking for it, in this case, the manager, and go, well, what have you done to earn it here? You know what I mean? Are we just going to blindly get that? Honestly, it is so alarming, so alarming and so concerning. We'll do these super chats, then we'll wrap things up. Where are we at? Quite a few coming in. It's quite a lot. This is one, right. Descend of the first crackhead, member for 34 months, says, in Europa League final, just another Premier League match. STV says, Timon and Pumba lost again. Road to 40 continues. Amanor says, man of the match, KG and Owen. Please send me a Man United shirt. Ishmael says, KG, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning to be in the group chat and then watch this shit to question my loyalty. See. Abraham says, if we lose Europa, we have to sack the manager. 17th. Larry says, I understand the context of when he joined, but come on, guys, you can't absolve the manager of any blame. The Europa run is the definition of hanging on a thread. And to be fair, look, I don't always agree with Larry with that, but that's been my point for weeks now. And it's not even like it's an Amorim out agenda. It's this is what we didn't learn from the Ten Hag situation was we make them into this like mythical godlike figure of they can do no wrong, and they can do right, they can do wrong. No different to players, no different to people inside the club. There is always a level of accountability. How can there not be? RK says, Yoro injured, 17th in the league. Spurs are licking their lips. Sack him now. We ain't winning the final, playing like this. Eric Ten Hag all over again. Andrews, well, the lucky thing is, like you said, KG, is that we are playing Spurs. They're just as bad as us at the moment. We haven't beaten them this season. Amorim says, I'm giving Amorim the first 10 games of next season. If we continue to be so unconvincing, I'm Amorim out. This isn't good enough even for this team. Gabble with the contribution. Appreciate that. Eminem says, I have a gut feeling Amorim will be a bad bet. He's not using player strengths to their maximum. Huge flag. Eric Ten Hag had a higher points per game before the sack. Shenanigan says, so does this mean Ten Hag was overachieving? I don't think it
Oh, 'cause
changes
he built the
anything like
team.
that.
'Cause he built the
No,
team.
because it's his
Ten
team, and
Hag,
he was
it's
an
Ten
advocate
Hag
for bringing all
team.
these players.
All those players that we're talking about, we're talking about 5-6 signings. Ten Hag made signings, guys.
Adam says, KG, every time you dining on Arsenal, tears, it backfires on your team. Karma. I don't think it's going to change from KG.
If that's karma, I don't know what. When's Arsenal's good karma coming? Because, I mean, how many years have not winning? 5-6 years of being shit. And who they been bad to? Come on.
Caps has been in for 23 months. Says, honestly, I would sack Amorim, win or lose Europa. Imagine Bayern, Madrid, or Barca keeping a manager because he won the Europa League. Sack this guy. Tabislav has been a member for 34 months. Says, don't worry. Soon someone will post pictures of an imaginary stadium and you'll get hyped again. One thing's for sure, no reason to protest. But here says, Ruben Amorim said, we don't have time to train. I'm hoping today's result is because of lack of training on our part. While West Ham had 1 week to train or work on their tactics, the lack of quality for our attackers is shocking too. The only reason I chuckle there, Bahir, is because when we had a week of training, this is why me and KG argued several weeks ago with the Bournemouth one, wasn't it? They had a week. It was shit. Yeah. Like the training thing is at this stage, it's largely bullshit. We've had weeks of training. We've had days of training, and it's exactly the same. There is no difference. There's no level of amount of training that is going to make a difference with these players. Like, it's May. You know what I mean? Larry says, if we got Southgate instead of Amorim and he had the same results and performances in the league/Europa, people wouldn't be defending like this. Dwayne says, listen.
We're respecting his reputation. We're respecting his reputation in another competition.
Listen, bro, we're vibing right now. This is the summer's problem. Reuben won't win the league, but he will start the rebuild. That's all I need from him. Like Mike says, Yoro injured. No need to play him. Didn't learn from Delict. Crazy decision-making. Factually, the worst manager in United history. And Jable says, I welcome the unease with Amorim because people will have this feeling if we lose Europa. So why ignore it? Because we are in the final. And there we go. Where do we end up in terms of the likes? We're currently at close to 1,200 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe. There's going to be fan views and player ratings on the way, including from Flex whilst on his holiday. I wonder what he had to think of that. I'm sure he'll probably use the A word again, accountability. Reminder as well, we're back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. for the morning view. KG, you're going to be live on your channel later on today?
Yeah. I've got a lot of games. I've got to do a basketball match, which is brilliant. I'll be live at 8:25 for that. And then there's Good, Bad, and Ugly as well. Joe Blackman. Man, I'm just pissed off, man. It's okay. We move.
Anyway, we're out of here. Have a good one. Peace.